Well, hello. Well, I'm not sure if that worked or not. But I know what happened. The reason it kept stopping and starting was because my Xbox controller died halfway through. And it was like, what's going on? That's so not right. Oh, gosh. That'll need to go on charge then. I hope everybody can hear me and that the sound is good. Let me just verify that. And yes, we got some music going on in the background. We got our little Zlin here. We have somebody doing cartwheels, which I won't show. And everybody else is here. I need to turn the nameplates on because I had a nameplate person. So we'll just do that. And hopefully everybody can hear that music now. It's quite an epic bit of music I found, so I thought I'd play it. I think we've had it before at some point. Anyway, welcome to Tuesday Short. And oh, we'll just turn that down a bit. It's coming to an end. And we have a few friends and followers in the stream. So Joe160, hello. No voice audio, what, even now? Hopefully you got this now. Good now. Okay, good. Okay, good. Right, let's get rid of that music. And yes, well, hello. Let's bring everybody from chat in. So hello, voice chat.
Hello, are we on?
There's Dougal McTavish.
Good evening, Violet Bailey.
And there's Curious B. Welcome to the chat. Hopefully that's coming out.
176.
Oh my word, how many people are streaming this evening? It is just ridiculous. But hey ho, that's the way it goes. Sometimes. And yes. So, right, let's get cracking. We are going to go, well, it's Bella tonight. It's, where are we at now? I've forgotten already. We are at Bella Campbell 1, or Campbell Island, it could be. We are going to go to Ocean Falls Seaplane Base, explains the floats, but on testing this, they are frozen lakes, but floats still work. Because I wasn't sure we should take skis or floats. I didn't really try it with skis because it worked with floats, so I left it with floats. But we are going to the seaplane base. We're then going to Bella Coola Airport. Thank you, Dougal, for finding the freeware version that's available on flightsoon.to, I think it is. And the link was in my Discord. I put it in there this afternoon. I am running the Orbex version of that. So they're both good. They're both good. Then we're going to go to Rivers Inlet Seaplane Base, and then we're off to Bella Denny Island. So lots of Bellas tonight, hence the mad title. So without further ado, we will need to just cover weather and time. I'm on real time and real weather, and at the moment it's good. So let's go with that. It should be good en route.
You say live to both?
Live to both.
Mine looks nothing like yours.
It looks nothing like yours either.
Oh,
I've got much more overcast.
really?
Likewise, Dougal, yeah.
Yeah, try refreshing it.
Live weather.
I mean, it's okay, but it's pretty dramatic. It reminds me a bit of the Big and Bold.
There we go. And
Interesting.
how weird is that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was very overcast earlier. Excuse me. It was very overcast earlier, but it all sort of blew through. I was sat there at that little hut watching it just blow through, and then it all cleared up. So
What time of day have you got, Billy?
live time.
Oh.
So it's 10:11.
Hello, Joe 176. Is that you doing donuts on the ground, by the way, Joe?
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Okay, right. I'm going to get this thing started up. So we need some battery.
Gears down for runway landing.
Oh, yes, gears down for runway landing.
Gears down for runway landing.
Yes, I know that. I know that. All those.
Gears down for runway landing.
Okay. Let's just get rid of the
see
gear.
Somebody else on the ground. Who we got? Fly Darren is on the ground as well.
Fly Darren's on the ground, is he?
Yeah.
Um,
Interestingly, I see his label, but not his aircraft. Hi, Darren.
Who's that plane spinning?
I don't know. We've got somebody going a bit mad there.
Oh, do you know what? I think that's your AI because he's not on. It's not in my sim at all.
Is it not?
No, he's not mine either.
I think that's your AI, Neil.
That's classic, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you need to drop a report to Asobo for that one.
All right, so we're going to put in about, I don't know, 80% of fuel because that should get us all the way round. I did try that earlier and it was fine. Mags are on. And let's go for a start, hopefully. Ooh, promising. Now this is a pretty basic airplane. So there's no autopilot. Even with my hardware one, it doesn't work. So it's a hand fly all the way, I'm afraid, Google.
Doesn't work for me either. You know me and my autopilots, I like them.
I know. Well, it means I can't take a break either.
I hope it trims well.
It does trim well. So,
I don't think I've ever flown this in the sim.
okay, so we need to go to 1-3, which is down the other end. So let's taxi out down here. Bye bye,
Not
spinning
showing
top.
anything at all for here.
I've got 7 knots.
Oh, that's nuts. Absolutely nuts.
There's quite a nice airport, this one, as a default.
Yeah.
There we go.
One thing I did find earlier was this very easy to tip this plane over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nor does it really need flaps to get in the air.
No,
No.
Launches.
it does not need flaps, and you don't need full flaps for landing either. Just one lot of flaps. I mean, its stall speed is really low. It's like 40 kph.
And they're, the flaps on this, I think, are either cable or rod connected, aren't they? So you hit the flap button and there's no movement, just bang, they're down.
Yeah.
It's that handle above your left-hand side.
That's right, yeah. So we'll get down here and then we'll get some Muzak on once we are airborne.
See, my runway's covered in snow.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, I don't know why mine isn't. Something's gone a bit flipping
Is it
strange
not
there.
maybe that add-on you've got?
No, because it was covered in snow earlier.
No. Yeah, I can see you've got snow on the outskirts, you know, on the sides of the runway, but just not on the runway itself.
Yes, which doesn't bode well for actually being up here. You see, it's all green. So,
Have you noticed since the update, there's no animations, no wheel animations for ground steering on most aircraft?
no, I haven't.
Well,
Let's-
the wheels aren't
Let's
The
go
wheels
to-
aren't visible.
Hang on, I'm just gonna play around with my settings here. Let's go to snow. There's snow. Okay, now go to live weather.
It's more like it.
My live weather at Bella Campbell says what's 9 SM?
Shoot miles.
9 statute miles scattered. 9
Yeah, that sounds
overcast
about right.
14.
Yeah, I'm now showing 7 knots wind, but I've
Yeah.
got much more cloud than you're showing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. And
I've got no meter at all. Oh well.
we'll see how it goes. We'll get airborne and get going. Now, bearing in mind, I wasn't actually supposed to be here this week. I was supposed to
Indeed,
be in
yeah.
the States. But,
Oh, have you phoned this in from the States then?
not quite. So this is, it's mainly down to the new COVID variant. I wasn't comfortable about either the US changing the rules about coming into the US and requiring a quarantine period, which meant I would have missed my meeting anyway. And I wouldn't put it past the UK to block people coming in or quarantining on the returning back from the US, and or even getting stuck in the US and missing, not being able to get out for Christmas. So I said I'm not going to go, and they were like okay about it. So let's see where we are. There we are. So does your scene look a little different to mine? Is it more snowy?
Yes, there's more snowy and more overcast. But
Yes.
I mean, it's spectacular nonetheless.
So I try and keep underneath the cloud base. I'm not climbing dramatically higher, mainly because we don't need to. But and I'll try and keep my revs around about 5,500. Should be about 80. There we go. Should be about 80 kilometers per hour. So 1,000 feet, I'll level out. Oh, actually, it looks like the cloud base is just under, isn't it? Well, in my sim it is. So we're going to follow this river up here. Let's get some of this on. Something funky. That's an old person's term, isn't it? Funky.
That's a young person's term to me.
And away we go. I think they do a really good job of the trees in this part of the world. The trees look like they're from this region. This is what I've noticed. So I think there was Alison is streaming her Final Fantasy on another channel.
Yeah, that's been going pretty much non-stop for the last 4 days. 3
Yeah.
days.
Oh, I can put my gear up.
You can, yeah. Have you got an FPS counter on? All right.
No,
Cute. Oh, okay.
I haven't.
it's broken again. I was getting around, oh, I don't know, late 30s, early 40s, depending on where we were. What you getting with your sim now?
Currently at 77 outside. 77 inside too. Thank you.
77?
Yeah, but I've got a sneaking feeling that the sim has reset me back to some strange settings.
Does
Well, I'm getting 60, 61.
61?
Yeah.
It's a very light aircraft. Should be getting something reasonable.
Yeah, it's about, I'd average at about 60, it's 59, 60, just over. I have got an RTX 3070 in here.
Ah, that's probably why then.
I've got rain. We're in the cloud. We're in the soup for me.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm coming into it. Certainly getting there.
I've got 0 visibility now.
Oh, I can still see you. But that can change any second now.
Yeah, I can see you, Peely. I can see your aircraft. But if I lose sight of you, I'll have to change the weather.
Okay. I'm just trying to get an FPS counter up. No, it doesn't want to play ball now. Stupid thing. I mean, I've got the soup coming up. If you can glance at my stream, you'll see. It looks pretty awful.
Yep.
Yours is so different to ours.
Yeah.
Getting buffeted really badly as well. I've got a 24 knot tailwind.
What should we do? Should we change to something that's not live weather?
I think we'll have to.
It'd be good to get some snow though. No, snow flurry is too snowy. No, snow is definitely not. Towering clouds, no, that doesn't look good either.
I've just gone scattered clouds for now, so at least I can see where I'm going.
What about UK light snow coverage?
So I look.
That looks
Is that
lovely.
That's one of the WPPs, is it?
Yeah. That looks lovely. That'll do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Curious Bee, do you have that preset?
No, I don't have WPP, but I've got Floyd's Epic Clouds, which I downloaded yesterday,
Okay.
and it looks fine. At least I'm not in greenery all the way anyway.
Yeah.
I've lost you, Peely. I've no idea where you are.
He's above you.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I see with somebody else behind us in a 172. I don't know if he's with us or not. Echo Charlie.
Echo Charlie.
Hey, Viper Strike. Hello, mate.
Hello, Viper Strike.
Evening Viper.
We are in Canada. It's about as close as I got to the US this week. And we're in the Shock Ultra Zlin with floats because we got a couple of seaplane airports to land at. You're doing good, excellent, good to hear. There's a Bella Coola free airport from flightsim.to, or if you've got the Orbix one, which is our halfway point. And there we go, we've got Dougal McTavish and Curious Bee flying along. See, when the snow's here, the trees just look so good. I mean, people can knock this thing, but visually, it's just mighty fine, isn't it?
Yeah, when it works well, it's unbeatable for sure. A lot of people had issues yesterday. I mean, even Murph had 2 CTDs on stream yesterday.
Yes, I think I saw one of them.
I think the NVIDIA drivers seem to be causing huge problems.
Yeah, I haven't updated mine for a couple of months because
Yeah, I'd leave it that way for now.
yeah.
I've got the brand new NVIDIA drivers installed, but because this is a brand new Windows installation, it means there can't be any residue from a leftover install.
Yeah.
Because although the NVIDIA experience gives you the option of doing a clean install, it isn't clean. It still leaves stuff behind.
Yeah, which is what I mentioned last week. Is a program called DDU, which will clean it all out.
Yeah.
It's a shame that clean install doesn't actually do a clean install, isn't it?
No, well, that's NVIDIA. It operates along the same lines as Microsoft.
So it got a bit funky with the music tonight. It's all a bit guitar-y.
All good.
You're just teasing us. You know we can't hear it.
I will figure out how to route the music through to Discord. I suppose what I could do is actually put the music into the chat audio. That might work.
Viper, you going to fly along with us one of these days?
So I did this route. It took 2.5 hours.
All right. I'm just thinking, in terrain like this, the music you need is 633 Squadron, mate.
Ah, yeah.
And we got some quite severe climbs to do as well.
Oh,
And that's why I wanted to keep this aeroplane, because this one, you know, you have to prepare yourself for it, if you see what I mean. Hello, Gary JF. Welcome to the stream. First time chat from Gary. Vibe Strike says maybe. There's no maybe about it, really, is there?
Is this one of them big climbs in front of us?
No.
Oh, okay.
It looks like you're going to do a climb, but you're not actually on this one. Well, as I remember, anyway.
I wouldn't want to try and get over that.
Neither would I.
And there's no anti-ice or anything like that on this aeroplane. So today they had one of the meetings that I should have been in, but they weren't gonna do it via WebEx, so you're either there or you weren't there. It was one of those type meetings, but it was with the big boss of the company, the man in the very top seat.
You mean that's not you?
No. It would have been my first meeting with him, yes. And I would have to have done a presentation, of which my boss had to do instead now.
Gary, are you flying? Are you going to join us? We don't fly. Well, not very hard anyway.
Speak for yourself, Dougal. Yeah, feel free to join us via. All the routing is on my Discord. Let's do that. There we go. And it's under the announcements section with the route file. And we're flying the Shock Ultra Zlin with floats. And the scenery is quite... Oh, yes, he's behind us. Oh.
I only see Curious behind us.
I only see Curious.
Are you on the right server?
Southeast Asian server you want, Gary? But then if you can see us, you must be on the right server. Just we can't
Yes.
see you.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I see Dougal McTavish and Curious B, but no one else. So our first airport is upon us. It is actually water and wet and horrible, and it's actually just down below here. So we...
Yeah.
There's no actually markings in the water, obviously.
Are we landing? We were a wee bit high for going in there.
Yep, that's why we're gonna go out to the right and do a circle round.
Oh, these flaps stop it dead.
Yeah, I only use one notch. Gary says he's Echo Charlie 1.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Did we see him earlier?
I did see him earlier. I saw him earlier. He was in a Cessna 172.
Okay.
Dougal's down. Not a lot of point me using my toe brakes, is there? It's just habit.
I caught myself doing that as well. It's different when it's frozen.
I got rainbows, mate.
Seems very slow in this aircraft, doesn't it?
Are you flying the float version, Gary?
Because you might find it a bit tough to land on on the water.
And if you've got a headset, do come and join us on voice. We're in Peely's Discord.
If you join the waiting room voice channel, and we'll move you into the special events.
I never knew, you know, a little nav map. They've got the airfield marked on the water.
Yeah, it has.
Water runway. It's a great little program, that.
Gears up for water landing.
Yes, I know my gear's up for water landing.
Gears up for water landing. Gears up for water landing.
Yeah, mine's whinging at me as well.
Gears up for water landing.
Press the big orange
Gears
button.
up for water landing. Gears up for water landing.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Floaty, floaty. I just wish they could animate the water a little bit better when they
Yeah. It's not bad at very slow speeds, but
yeah.
I've lost Gary again. Can anybody see him?
No.
No.
You still airborne, Gary? Oh, he's trying to have a go at getting into voice as well, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can get into Pilot Peely's Discord, there's a link there. Click on the waiting room, like Peely said, and one of us will drag you in. Anybody else having difficulty turning right with this thing?
You put your water rudder down.
They're down by default on this.
No, they're not.
No. It's on the floor on your
It's
right.
like a handbrake to the right hand side.
I'll be buggered, I could have sworn that came on by. Yeah. Oh, I'm still having issues with the right turn. I guess it's a rudder issue. It's fine going left, but
That goes both ways quite easily.
yeah. The animation works.
I don't think I need all this lake to get airborne, but
No, need about 10 feet.
I'm giving myself a good run up.
Yeah, I've got real handling problems with this in the water. Just won't go right.
If you're going too fast, it won't turn.
Turns left fine.
Oh, he says he's just tried. Safari won't let me in for some reason. Okay, that'll do. Hitting the foot brake does not actually stop you.
No, it doesn't stop you trying though, does it?
No.
It's-
To verify that. Okay, so let's go for this then. Oh, he's on an iPad.
okay.
Ah.
Oh, look at that. It's about 3 feet on the water and then it's off. Okay, put my rudders down. Or up, should I say.
Yeah, the alternative to that, Gary, would be to install the Discord app instead of trying to use it on Safari.
But we still don't see you in the sim, which is the more concerning bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so off we go to Bella Coola.
Yeah, I've got a hardware button that works the water rudders because for the PMDG DC6 you operate reverse gear using the water rudder.
All right, okay.
I've got a switch for that one up the throttle.
So did everybody have a good weekend?
I've got a god-awful toothache. I've got an infection under a tooth and it's been driving me batty all weekend.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Gary says, I've always had this trouble. It's the servers, I think. Ah, right, okay.
You're definitely on Southeast Asia server, are you, Gary?
So we're on that server, Southeast Asia. Yeah, how weird. Can you see us? I guess if you could see us, that's good.
Well, at least you'll be able to keep up with us if he's in the 172.
Yeah, well, yeah, certainly. I mean, this is not the fastest plane in the hangar, is it?
And you must be on rental power.
I'm not. You keep saying I'm on rental power. I'm
Get
doing
anywhere near you.
75. I'm doing.
But so am I. Maxed out.
Not mine.
If I shallow my climb, I can get to 80 now.
I'm at 2,500 feet. If that helps.
It'd be nice if the labels gave you a speed as well as an altitude, wouldn't it?
Yes. Oh, a bit bouncy and bumpy there.
Oh, I can see Gary. I can see Echo Charlie. He's between you and me, curious.
Ah, there he is.
Yep.
I can't see him.
He'll pop in.
Or is he? He might be. You can't actually, from my perspective, he might actually be behind you. Curious, I'm not sure.
Alright.
He's down low. He's at 1,400 feet.
Oh, yes, I've got him.
Gosh, we're going really way out there on the guitars tonight. Now, you should be able to keep up now. Mind you, I'm still doing just under 80. I seem to have increased even though I've slowed down. How weird is that?
As you were talking about.
There you go. See, I'm now going too slow. You're caught up. Ah, you just switch servers on and off and it worked. Marvellous. There's QSP going for it on rental power now.
Yes.
So do you see that rain ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a bit of a bump.
I love this sim. Your flaps are down on my sim.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, it's like the thing with the wheels, isn't it? You often come up behind somebody and it looks like their wheels are down when they're actually not.
That's weird, isn't it?
There goes Gary.
There he is.
Gary, are you on Xbox then if you're using an iPad? This is why we like audio comms, because it's so much easier to speak than to type and fly.
Yeah.
It is indeed. That's what I mentioned last night. I ended up replying to myself.
Yeah. Especially when there's no autopilot. Oh, he's on PC. Gary's on PC, right?
Right.
Oh, look, a bit of snow. Check the window for icing. No icing. Outside temperature 21. F. For freezing. Now, the good thing about this airplane is it actually does drain from both tanks at the same time, so you don't have to switch tanks. It's quite cool.
I've lost Gary again. Oh, there he is. Across the other side of the water.
So this channel that's coming up on the right is where we need to start doing your climb down there.
We're going through that valley.
Yes. And you get a really good sustained, 700 feet per minute climb going into this, and you'll just have enough to get up and over. I think I did it at 5,500 RPM. course.
3 monitors here, and it's still not enough. I need a 4th monitor so that I can see Discord.
Jeez. What you need is a tablet.
Yeah, well, I did have one, but it died.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could use my laptop. That's a bit on the big side.
Oh, wind's a bit iffy going through here, isn't it?
Showing 87, 86, 88 FPS here. I really need to see what Microsoft has done to my settings. I bet they're all on high instead of ultra.
Or lower.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have thought so, looking at the clouds, actually looking at the visuals.
I mean, I got like 70, 72.
Right. What system are you running? I know you've got a good video card.
I got a Ryzen 5 5600, is it? Something like that.
Right.
A Ryzen 7 5600. And 32 gigabyte of RAM.
What cooler do you use on that processor?
It's just an air cooler. I had it built by it'll come to me in a second. It was it built it. Place in Stoke. And then it's their cooler that they put in, and they just built all the stuff. And then I just switched it on and used it.
The absolute best air cooler, should you ever need a good one, is the Noctua D15.
Yeah.
It leaves everything else leagues behind. The only downside to it is it's huge. You need a good sized case to actually get it in.
Well, the case I've got is quite big. And the motherboard is a gigabyte motherboard. But it just works, and it works quite well, really.
Which, of course, if you've had somebody build it for you, so it should.
Yeah,
That's what you're paying for.
that's what I think too.
We've got quite a headwind here.
We have, yeah, 12 knots. I mean, my PC was built by Fierce PC. Yeah, I selected the components, they put it together. And yeah, on the whole it works fine. I mean, it's just Microsoft software that gives it a hard time.
We're taking the left one, yeah?
Yeah.
His head, I guess so.
Oh, yes. Leftish.
See, it's pea soup for me again now.
Is it? I've just come through a little bit of that.
No, yours looks crystal clear compared to mine.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Look behind.
Well, we are on the same setting, aren't we? We're on the UK light snow. That's strange. Actually snowing for me.
Yeah, it was just snowing for me. Very light snow.
Looks like we've got to climb to get over that beastie, have we?
Um,
Ahead of us? Or are we turning? No, we've got to go over it.
we gotta go over it.
I'm at about 5,000 feet and I'm going to miss it.
No, you'll clear it at 5.
Yeah.
I'm at 4.
I'm at 3-3 and it's looking a bit grim.
Yeah, you'll need more than that.
See if
I think
mixture will give me any more.
4.5 will be the minimum.
Well, this is
I
gonna
did
be
what
fun.
you suggested, Billy. I put it 5.5 and I gave it a constant climb of 700 feet a minute.
Yeah. 4.5 is not quite enough, I don't think.
Only at 4, so we're going to struggle. I'm losing airspeed here. Looking for the shallowest part of that hill.
I think you might need to do a bit of a circle.
Let's see. I've just found a little dip there. I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of height for some speed here.
At least you've got some big skis on.
Yeah.
I mean, they might call them floats, but in this terrain, they're more big skis.
I've gone further right.
I noticed.
There's a slightly lower, just very slightly lower.
See, that's wussing out, you see.
I didn't start my climb soon enough.
Echo Charlie went round.
He did. There we go, look, see? How much do I need? It's probably 5, really. And I'm just clearing it. What a view that is over that top.
Isn't it wonderful?
One screenshot grabbed there for the... It's funny because it appears that I'm the only one that actually puts screenshots for their streams on still. I've noticed.
Oh.
Alison doesn't do it, I don't think. I've seen, and Murph doesn't do it. Like this tune.
Yes, it's lovely, isn't it?
Sounds of silence.
Exactly, yeah.
I hope that's coming out in stream. Let me just check the phone situation. I think it is.
Feeding back through.
Yes. Look at the colour of that water. Now you can actually lose your height now. Don't need to maintain this height.
Yes, Gary, we noticed. He took the wrong turn.
He took the wrong turn.
Doesn't matter. He ends up in the same place. He's got more power than we have. He can catch us.
It's all good.
I got rainbows in mind now.
The reflection of the mountains into the water, it's truly amazing.
Yeah.
I want to know why the Zlin has a big wheel on its tail.
That's to help you over the mountains.
Yeah. Yes, it's not much use for anything else on.
It's because we're standing on floats and the Zlin is a tail dragger.
Ah, of course. Oh, we're out of music. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, I thought it going quiet.
He shouts at me every time I tell him it's quiet, so I keep my mouth shut now.
Oh, we've got a bit of blues now.
Seamus tonight. I wonder where Seamus is.
Yeah, I wonder where he is.
Minty's still on, so it could be that.
Does he follow her?
Sort of, I think. Oh, blimey. Colonel Fawkes just started as well.
Oh, God.
757, 320 Sim Pilot, Alison Johnson. Some dude called Pilot Peely.
Oh.
Oh,
We're all here, aren't we, really? Let's face it. What it is we're not living in enough different time zones.
It's a good point, actually. You know, a lot of us are you know, are in the European section, aren't we? A lot of the GA flyers are in Europe. Where are you, Gary?
It is busy tonight. Where are you based, Gary?
The sounds in this are pretty good, going from full RPM to minimum and back,
Yes.
inside and out. Oh, in Derby, okay.
all right, Derby.
I spent my early teenage years in the Midlands. In fact, I remember going to see, I don't know if it was Derby or Notts County at the time, but when, what's-his-face was in charge, who was that very controversial football manager from
Clough.
Derby? That's
Brian
it,
Clough.
Brian Clough, yeah.
I liked Cluffy.
Yeah, he was a real character. He
Yeah,
really
we
was.
just said it how it was, you know.
Yeah.
I like people that tell it straight. Because you know where you stand with them. It's the ones that are a bit fluffy around the edges that, you know, say everything's okay to your face and then in the, behind your back they're slating you something chronic.
Yeah. Going back to Derby, so I remember going there many years ago on the coach. We got off the coach and the first thing I see is a statue of Bonnie Prince Charlie. He did something famous there. I honestly can't remember what it was, but it just struck me as odd as there's this big statue of Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Oh, my buttons on the thingy are doing funny things again.
So busy trying to read some DMs that just came in, I almost went straight into the side of that Nancy. The more monitors you get, the harder it gets. See a Cessna above me? I guess that's scary.
It is?
Funny, it's got no label on it. I guess these are gravity feed wind tanks then, aren't they?
They must be, yeah.
Yeah.
So don't try doing a roll or a loop in this.
No.
Well, you'll get at least halfway anyway.
Oh, of course, I'm going to have to try it now. aren't
I remember who built my computer now. It was Overclockers.
Oh, overclockers. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the engine carries on running, inverted. It looks really funny with the floats on the top, though. Yeah, it carries on running.
Are you inverted, Dougal?
I was, yes. Just out of curiosity. Talking of which, curious, why are you curious?
Well, many years ago, I used to play a game called Combat Flight Simulator.
Right.
And I was joining it later on, so I said you need a moniker. And so I said, you suggest one, so it gave me one, Curious Button, which became Curious B. And I just kept it ever since.
So it's just a random name.
Yeah. That'll give you some idea as to how long I've been flying flight sims.
Yeah.
The one I remember getting the most out of was Flight Sim 95.
Yeah, I think FSX was the one that I spent most of my time in, to be honest. Before X-Plane.
I've never flown X-Plane.
I couldn't believe it, going from FSX to X-Plane, it was like, oh my god, it looks so real.
Yeah.
Really?
And yet now, going from this to X-Plane, it looks, default X-Plane is garbage.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic sim, don't get me wrong, it's an absolutely brilliant simulator. But its ground terrain is appalling.
From what I've heard and what people have said, that FS11 is really technical on this aircraft.
X-Plane 11, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said.
Yeah. Yes. My sim looks nothing like yours, Peely. I've got heavy rain. I can't actually see into that valley that you're headed for.
Really? And yet we're on the same setting.
Yeah.
That's weird, isn't it?
I've got big clouds dumping huge quantities of rain straight down.
I'm actually going to just have a peek at live weather again.
Are we landing at Bella Coola?
Yes.
Okay.
Live weather's not great. Look at that.
No.
Oh, it just cleared a little bit there. Maybe we'll persevere for a bit. I can see the ground. I think I'm just coming out of a cloud. It was so clear the other day though when I was doing this. It was like really good weather. Maybe we should go back a couple of days.
Yours is beginning to look a bit more like mine now.
Yeah, I think I'm skirting a cloud here. mean, inside it looks horrific.
All I can see of you now is your label and your light flashing.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to come out of this weather. And I might have to go to... Just reselect light snow coverage. I mean, I've gone crystal clear now.
Yep, from live weather to which one did you pick?
UK light snow covering.
Okay. No, still heavy overcast and snow for me.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Try selecting something else first and then go and select it.
I did,
Ah.
yeah. I'll try it again this time, only this time I'll select clear skies
Yeah.
first.
I've got to remember to put my gear down this time.
Yeah. No, still the same. The airport is completely shrouded. Can't see a thing. I'm gonna go for broken cloud.
Yeah. I got 13 knots from 125. So that'd be a crosswind.
I've got 13 knots from 255, which is interesting.
I've got 8 knots from 297.
Oh,
Excellent.
goodness.
So we've got a little town down here. Looks quite nice. This is the Bella Coola River.
Yep. Sounds at Strictly Creek Regional Park.
Quick peek at Colonel Fork Stream. He's very quiet there as well. There's not many. I think Minty's got them all.
Probably.
Oh no, Minty's gone. Minty's finished. 757 spies. No, he's streamed with CRJ.
So straight in.
Oh, that's a 12 knot tailwind for me.
I'm going round to 23. And the other thing I've noticed is, if you put your gear down, there's no extra drag.
No. Well, it only just pokes out the bottom of the floats, doesn't it, really? Let's
That's
face it.
default aircraft as well, isn't it? You're going straight in, are you, Neil?
I am, because...
I'm just gonna clear my wind then, so I can follow you in. I'll just go a few clouds. That should...
It's quite a pleasant sunny day for me, for strange reasons.
Gear is very slow to come down. The main gear out of those
Oh, the ones at the front.
boats. No, the ones out the back. The main gear.
Oh.
Very slow. The front gear comes down pretty quick.
I love the animation of that, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
My new autopilot panel arrived yesterday.
look at
Have you gone
that.
for the same company?
Yeah, I went with the same one because the only other one really would be getting the Bravo,
Yeah.
and I simply have. Yeah, I'd love it, but I simply haven't got room for it on my desk.
I've actually managed to slide mine under the desk.
That's how I've got my yoke. My honeycomb yoke is under the desk. So when I pull the yoke back, it comes back into my stomach, not my chest, which is much more realistic. That's how it should be.
How have you managed to hang it from underneath your desk then?
I made a little shelf, a little
Ah.
bracket.
And I've used a bracket you'd normally use for a monitor.
Right.
To mount on under, but I put it up the other way, as it were, so the pole's pointing downwards,
Oh, okay.
and it's
I
suspended
just
on
used
there.
3 pieces of timber.
That'd work.
Certainly better lower down, because it means that you don't have to balance your keyboard on the top of your yoke. You can leave it up high.
Yeah.
Which is what I do.
Yeah.
In fact, my wife says, I don't know how you type like that.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't. I've lost Cooley altogether. I can see Curie.
I'm behind you.
Oh, are you? That's why I can't see you.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, I can see Gary again as well now.
Now,
Yeah, we're coming in the other way.
I know, I can see.
Yeah. You did tell us what your name was, and I've actually forgotten.
It's Bill, my name is.
That's it. Yeah. I knew it was either Bill or Tom, and I didn't want to get it wrong.
Hence the B.
Yeah, on the end.
Yeah.
It all comes together, doesn't it?
It does.
There's reasons that people have these names.
Ah,
Is this
so what's Gary then? Because Gary is Gary TF. Tango Foxtrot.
It's JF, isn't it?
Freeware I
Oh,
download.
JF, yeah, Juliet Foxtrot. Yeah.
Juliet Foxtrot.
Is this airport? Is this the freeware I downloaded?
If it's
If it's Flight Sim,
if it's Bella Coola, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, lovely. It's pretty good.
Gears down for runway landing.
That download also fixes a problem with the terrain in the valleys.
Oh wait.
so we'll have to compare Bella Coolas now.
Say that again.
We'll have to compare Bella Coolas.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
There's
6
big
knots.
compass on the ground.
Hello, 6 knots.
Yes, we're only halfway. So I'll flash up some stuff. Here's the route, and here is the server. Oh no! Hello. That's not the route. Oh gosh! Did I not hit save? I updated it and I didn't hit save.
Buttons, that's definitely not
Oh
true.
gosh! Now I can't look up and look where I'm going. Hang on a minute. Let me just.
Let me see if I can delete that. I think it'll let me because it's you that deleted it. No, it won't let me delete that.
I just got to go and talk to the vicar a minute. I'll be back shortly.
Okay. Hang on. Yes. So look, it's there, but I didn't hit save. Right. Try it again now. Ruta. There we go. So we're at Charlie Yankee Bravo Delta, the middle one.
Yeah, 6 knots. The Southeast Asia server worked really, really well for us last week, so we thought we'd try it again. And it seems to be pretty solid. It's got a really high ping, but it doesn't seem to matter. If you're not flying in tight formation, that the ping really doesn't matter.
So this is Orbex's Bella Coola. Couple of sheds here. They look
And
really
you
good.
know what? The freeware one is just as good. Well, almost. Where that tank you've just gone past, there
Yeah.
are 2 tanks in the freeware one. And your main hangar is slightly more detailed. But the freeware one is excellent.
Got some sort of shed here.
I mean, some of the stuff that guys do for free for this sim is just incredible.
Airport operations just cruising into me.
Watch that van.
So
At
let's.
least Gary,
Oh, I
at least
haven't-
Gary could land at this one with it not being water.
I wonder if. Oh, it's flashing at me again. It probably is not going to let me do this.
What are you trying to do?
Use me. Yeah, look, I'll get a couple of bits of movement out of it, and then it's died. It's
Hey, is that
frustrating.
the battery?
I can't do that right now. I'm missing a charge lead. Someone swiped one of my leads.
Six knots. Are you joining us?
It's not that one. Never mind. I have to charge that at some point. So it's not bad, this airport, is it?
No. What do they charge for it?
It was like, I think £8, something like that.
Oh no, it's not bad.
The old bus over there, somewhat beaten up and rusty.
Yeah, I don't have that in the freeware version.
No, it's not there, but right behind where you were parked, there's a great big compass painted on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's just behind me, yeah. Just there.
I guess it's covered in snow.
It's
there.
covered in
Yeah, there
snow.
it is. It's there, but it's covered in snow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just change your weather, Peely, and see what it looks like without the snow.
Okay. Clear skies. There we go. One compass.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Oh, and greenery. Look at that.
Hey, Seamus. He says the music's too
Seamus.
loud.
Oh,
Usually the opposite.
it's usually the other way round.
Yeah.
Oh, Seamus.
Hi, Seamus. How you doing? It's probably because it's talking. Well, no, singing.
Now, how come, Seamus, I see you in chat, but I'm just panning around and I don't see any helicopters?
He said he's just had his lunch.
I did.
So he says, "Greetings, everyone. Ever since I said to the wife, I enjoy shopping. I'm not on official shopping duties. Just got back and having lunch. I hope to join in a wee bit." There you go. Yes, I do get dragged into the shopping duties as well for Christmas. I've noticed this airplane. Look, it's got like It looks what looks like a front flap, a forward flap, but it doesn't appear that it wants to move.
I think they're fully automatic. Are they not? Isn't it the airflow over them that operates them to
Is
change
it?
the shape of them the faster you get? Pretty
I
sure
can't-
that's how they work. I could be wrong. But
I can't say I've noticed that.
yeah. There's a number of aircraft that have stuff like that. I'm sure that's how they work.
So surely that's going to be the slower you get, you want more of that flap at the front because you want to create more lift, don't you?
There's no control for it inside, is there? So
No. And I've tried moving the flap, and it doesn't do anything. I mean, it literally is very direct, that flap, isn't it? I mean, if you look at it, it literally is 1, 2 positions and that's it.
Because I'm sure there are some aircraft that have just like flexible strips, like composite flexible strips behind them, a bit like, you know, the fixed landing gear that's made of composite material that gives a lot of flex. And I'm sure that there are aircraft with those on leading edge slats, so that as the wind hits them, as the airflow comes over them, they change shape.
Yeah. Unless it's an ice thing. I don't know. Plane. We are in the Zlin Ultra Shock.
You're quite right, Seamus. He hasn't got that command set up.
With floats, if you hadn't noticed. Ta-da! Right, let's get cracking. So we've got a taxi back down the runway again. Yes, nose wheels don't turn, do they?
No, as they don't with a bunch of the default. Which end are you going?
The
Down
far
there.
end.
Okay. All right.
The far end. The way we came in.
Your plane's about 6 feet above me.
Yeah, Gary's about 6 feet above me, and that's because we've got the freeware scenery.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming Gary hasn't got any scenery. He's using default.
And you guys
If
are all on the
Gary
same
and
level.
Peely are both at the same level, that suggests that it's this one that's incorrect. The one that I'm using. Yeah.
I'm showing us 172 on wheels on your screen, not floats. Oh.
Yeah, that's a bug in the sim.
Anybody going to get the Kodiak when it comes out Friday?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, likewise, I'm going to get that.
It's such a versatile airplane. That.
It'd be ideal in situations such as this, except for the water bit.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it will come out. There will be a float version later on.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I think that will be my my go-to aircraft. I think.
I mean, maximum of 150 speed-wise, and it's a turbine.
Takes off on a sixpence. Like a sportier version of the 208, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't actually know what engine it has. Is it a PT6?
I've no idea. I'd have to look it up.
6 knots. And a 172.
All right.
Oh, I see a 172, but it's got no label on it. So. Oh yeah, there he is. Are you coming into voice chat, 6 knots?
All 6 knots.
If so, it's in Pilot Peely's Discord.
Just wait for Gary to come down.
Okay, I'll look for you.
He's
You
coming.
drop into the,
He's coming?
Drop into the waiting room and I'll pull you in.
Okay. Let's roll ahead. So does the freebie scenery have all the rocks and stuff?
No.
No.
I've got a lot of left rudder in here.
I wonder if those rocks are there in real life. You wouldn't really want them there, to be honest, at the side of the runway.
No, but maybe it stops the river from overflowing. Maybe.
Well, this valley would have been carved by a glacier, wouldn't it? So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
left over from that, isn't it?
So,
Hey, look at that view of everybody.
indeed, it would, Seamus, yeah.
Stops people look at their cars on the runway. Well, it's just notice that there's rocks all the way along that side where the river is. So maybe there's a bit of flooding issue there.
Oh, this is a valley run again now, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, and I really should look where I'm going. Oh, this is another you need to climb, guys.
Okay. I'll start a bit earlier this time.
So I bring it back to about 5,500 RPM. And just trim it for 700. And we're good to go, he says.
This is where little nav map comes into its own.
Well, especially as you've got no navigation in this
Yeah.
aeroplane at all. It's a bit bumpy for me.
Yeah, same here.
Especially when it's topographical, you can see the
Yeah.
mountains out the side, etc.
Yeah, I prefer the street view when we're, when it's flying over towns and cities, but for
In a
flying like
country-
this,
The country, you need this.
There's everybody.
we all know what 6 knots wants for Christmas. A USB headset.
Is that right?
He says he hasn't got a headset. Right, I'm going to try that weather setting again. What are you on now, Neil? Can you remember?
UK light snow
Yes,
coverage.
Okay, on that. I'm going to try that again. It's much nicer, but it's still much harder, much lower visibility than yours.
That's so weird. How can it be?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the cloud thingies then. So I got my lowest cloud setting at 68, density 1, scatter 16.2, altitude top is 12609, altitude bottom is 4310.
That's identical figures.
Okay, go to the next one.
Yeah.
Next one is broken 63, density 1, scatter 48.2.
All exactly the same.
All right,
All exactly the same.
and the top one,
4820, yeah. Third one, again, all exactly the same. So it can only be down to where the sim is actually placing those clouds
I guess so.
in relation to the aircraft. Yeah, 6 knots. I have that problem all the time when flying with Murph.
Yeah.
and it's a change. You know, it's a game changer if you can voice chat instead of having to type.
Have we lost Gary? I'm looking around for him. I can't see him.
No, I can see him. He's between me and 6 knots. He's down at 2,700. I've stayed a bit higher because you suggested we needed to climb.
I might have implied that. If you notice, the ground is coming up at you.
I'm tail end Charlie again today, it seems.
Curious Bee is leading the way.
Yeah. I love being out front.
I felt for Murph last night when, you know, he was out front, and with the server issues, he popped outside to have a count, have a look to see who was behind him, and everybody had gone. It's like he was flying all alone. The servers had taken everybody out.
It's so sad when that happens. That's why I quite like this Southeast Asia, where nobody's disappeared yet already.
Yeah.
So
I think it works really, really well when there's just a few of you, but it can't take too many, and I don't know why. I don't know why it should work. I don't know how they work.
oh, Gary says he's going to crash.
Uh-oh.
Crash.
Why?
You're talking yourself into it, Gary.
Yeah.
6 knots looks like he has crashed.
Oh dear.
He looks very
Oh, yes.
static.
Yeah, I see him on the ground. Gary, what happened? Did you run out of fuel?
Funny you should say that. Just check. Right, we're good.
This thing hardly uses any fuel, does it?
Well, I don't know. It does use a little bit.
Well, I started at 75 and I'm down to 54. So, not a lot.
Speed. Or lack of.
Lack of, yeah.
I did say it was a long climb.
Oh, 6 knots says his engine died. What?
That's interesting. They're both in 172s.
Yeah. There are definitely some fuel issues since the last update.
What, with it using too much, or?
No, with the tanks not reporting true amounts. The Texan, one of the new ones.
Yeah.
That just doesn't. They don't move. If you go into the fuel drop-down menu, it doesn't actually move. So you start with 75%, and the next thing you know, your engine dies when you run out of fuel, and it still says 75%. I don't see Bill either. Are you still with us? Oh yes, you are.
Yeah,
You are.
he's
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
he's bending that
We're up there.
throttle lever.
5,000 feet.
So this is nice around here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great route. Really nice.
It is, thank you, Billy. It's lovely.
Once again, you're showing much more snow in your sim than mine.
Really?
Yeah, and
So,
yet we're both on that weather preset.
So I show more snow but less clouds.
Yeah, now I wonder if that's anything to do. I wonder if you're still in the Orbex region.
Wouldn't have thought so.
Looking at the quality of that rock face, you could well still be in Orbex territory.
I've got my my quality things turned up quite high, which is why my
Yeah.
frame rate suffers a lot. Because I like having the visuals.
Yeah, I forgot to check mine. There's 6 knots back.
I don't see them behind. Oh no, there is.
Yeah.
It's in a CC19.
We were flying that last week. What was it?
Oh, what is it? It's not the Bird Dog, is it? That's Payware.
Was it a Pilotus? No, it's not a Polka,
No,
is it?
I can't remember. What,
Well,
what-
it's
what is
showing
that?
up as a
6 knots?
Cessna. CC19. Cessna
Yeah.
with floats.
Oh, right.
That's strange.
I'm not sure Gary is
I haven't seen
rejoined.
yet. No. That's one of the things, one of the big downsides of this sim is if you crash out, especially if you get CTD, the reload time is just horrific.
Hmm.
You know, people have arrived at their destination by the time you get up and running.
And that's recent, isn't it? With Simat D7, it's just got very slow.
It's definitely worse, yeah.
Oh, can't remember myself. Cub something. Oh, he's in the
Oh, is it
X
the
Cub
X-Cub?
with
Yeah.
floats.
X-Cub, that was it.
Yeah, we were in that couple of streams ago, weren't we?
Yeah.
I was gonna pick that for this, but then I remembered that we'd used it a few streams ago. Look at the way that cloud just it creates like a screen, just like in real life.
That's rain, isn't it? Falling straight down.
I'm about to hit it. So I have yet to decide what and where we're going on Thursday. Any requests from anybody?
I love these kind of flights through valleys and rivers.
It's marvellous, and I don't mind not having an autopilot because it's great flying it by hand.
Okie dokie. We'll find something. I don't really know.
See a lot more people discovering places like Chile and Bolivia now.
Oh yes.
I mean, that first one that that Peely did for Simwings, it took in so many amazing places like that. That was a long one as well, wasn't it?
How about the Caribbean unless you've done that? We did do that a little while back, didn't we? We were...
We did, yeah, it was only 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing about the Caribbean is that there's nothing between the islands. So I don't mind
Yeah, water, lots and lots of water.
lots of water. So I don't mind
Very
doing
flat.
island ones, but they tend to be a little less interesting. Although Bora Bora was quite good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, my clouds are definitely not on Ultra anymore, I can tell that. That's why my FPS have gone up. That can only be the sim that's done that.
there's a streamer guy. Well, he's not a streamer. He's an ex-pilot who flies the Hawk.
Flies the what?
It flies the Hawk. Is it
Oh,
CG Aviator? I think his name is, or whatever it is. And he posted one last week, which he took the Hawk on a low-level flight from Newcastle through Scotland to Inverness.
Wow.
And it's amazing to watch. And I flew it at the weekend. And there's a bit in it which is called Star Wars Alley. And it's a valley, and it's very much like flying down the pipe thing in Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Really good. And he used to fly the Hawk, the trainer one, and what he puts up on YouTube is really quite good. He did Mach Loop and the Low Flying Scotland one, and he's putting up one. It's in America, and where they do the Top Gun training.
All right. Okay.
Is he on Twitch or YouTube?
YouTube. I'll have a look in a minute, and I'll tell you what his name is for real. Like, you know, like his YouTube name.
I have rainbows.
Yeah, I've got them behind me.
So we've been in Australia, we've been in New Zealand. We did a little bit of Hong Kong and China. We did a little bit of Argentina and Chile. We could go to a little bit in Brazil, couldn't we? I suppose.
I was just thinking Brazil, and there's no updates yet for that, is there?
No.
Which is a shame.
And I was thinking Brazil or Patagonia or something like that.
Yeah.
Some places some very mountainous terrain.
Sorry, Seamus, coming. There you go, sir. Evening, Jim.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Loud and
Aye.
clear.
Excellent.
Enjoy your shopping?
Yes, I did actually. Let me just turn you down on my other computer because I'm getting you in stereo. But yeah, I actually do
Oh.
like the house, wandering around the shops, yeah.
The only thing is you can't do it in a helicopter.
Try and stop me.
Which part of the States do you live in, if you don't mind me asking?
Nah, no worries, mate. Probably the best thing to do is related to Chicago. So I'm probably 8 hours drive south of Chicago. It's called St. Louis.
All right. Pretty cold then.
Well, in the winters it's like minus 14 Fahrenheit,
Yes.
and it goes up to like 106 in the summer. You know, well, I don't know what that is in Celsius, I'm afraid.
A lot.
Hot and cold, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say it's a lot in both directions.
Yes, 6 knots, a sharp one. You probably
yes,
asked that a
right
while
turn
ago, I
here.
missed it, so, yeah.
We should be coming out over our lake again.
Yeah, Dougal, I was very impressed with your techie knowledge the other day, mate. You know what's funny? I knew everything you told me, but I'd forgotten it. It was like it had been such a long time, but I'm glad you were able to figure out what the problem was anyway with your motherboard and your PCI slots and stuff, you know?
Yeah,
say
it's a bit of a disappointment that with a board like that, they take you down an alley like that.
Yeah, the
You know,
thing
it's
is,
got four M.2 slots on it, and I can only use 2 of them.
So it
yeah.
starts, doesn't it, if you, the M.2 slots, they only start stealing from the lanes.
Yeah,
and
that's the
graphic card.
problem. Yeah, I mean, one of the slots is 11th gen CPU only, so you've got to have an 11th gen processor to
Right.
occupy it. One of the other ones, the next M.2 slot shares PCI lane with PCI Express 1 GPU card.
Yeah.
So if I want to use that, I've got to drop my GPU down to 8 by instead of 16.
Yeah.
And you know, that's the exact same problem. I was able to just rip everything out and start again, but yeah, you shouldn't have to read a manual for looking at small print. I agree with you, but sadly it's the architecture that's in place at the moment, you know.
Yeah, and I don't mind stuff like that, but I'd like to know well in advance. You know, I think it should be stated up front instead of burying it in the small print.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I've got 6 slots for drives, and I can only use 4 of them.
Yeah,
And I've
same
got
for me, yeah.
and I've got PCI and PCI Express, and I can only use one of those because of the graphics card I've got that shares, like you're saying, it goes down to 8x. If you
Yeah.
put it, it's a nightmare. But I'm glad you figured it all out. Bud.
I would expect stuff like that with low to mid-range motherboards, but when you start getting up there in the top of the range boards, for what they charge for them, they could make them differently, they could build them differently.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, that's the thing. You buy it with M.2, you want to use M.2, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I lived and learnt.
I'm on a momentary pause.
Yes, what's that about?
I'm sure it's a server thing
There you go.
because when I pause, I lose everybody.
All right.
It's like it can't communicate to the server for some reason.
Okay, you know what's interesting, and it's always good to see other people having the same problems. I've been messing about with DirectX 12, DirectX 11, the latest NVIDIA drivers, the older NVIDIA drivers. In the past couple of days, I've been getting constant stutters regardless of what drivers I was using. And it seems like, you know, there are other people having these stutters as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not like a couple of seconds. That was a good 15, 20 second stop where it just
Yeah.
pauses.
Absolutely. I mean, I was flying out of Shoreham on the south coast of England, and that's where I basically do a lot of my flying. And it was fine a few days ago, and now it's like stutter, 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 you know?
Wow, really?
It's very odd.
It's all good, I guess. Oh, I've started the train simulator, not flight simulator. Bear with me, guys.
Yeah, I don't think there's any railway lines anywhere near here.
Force a habit.
That's a nice little patch down there.
So other than the your initial airport, is there any other add-on scenery you're using, Neil?
No. So just the Bella Coola, and there's two versions of that. There's the Orbex one, and there's a freeware one on flightsim.to, and they look both as good as each other, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what? Some of the free stuff that you get out of FlightSim.to is incredible. I mean, I used to have the Hong Kong scenery, but I don't know. I just went for the Orbex one after the last flight that we did.
That was a good scenery, though, wasn't it? That was good. I like
they
that
have done
flight.
a spectacular job with that. Yeah, I think you're right, 6 knots. I'm pretty sure that's a server-based issue with all the stutters.
Oh, 6 knots is saying he's getting it too now. Yeah. But I've found with all the mess around, the only way that I could get the latest NVIDIA driver to run was to use DirectX 12. If I don't do that, I get constant CDDs with it, you know.
Wow. I'm not getting any CTDs with that new. I mean, I've had a CTD, but I know what caused it. I'm not getting them with that NVIDIA driver that everybody's having problems with. But I think that's only because this is a brand new Windows install and there's no remnants from a previous driver.
Yeah, understood, mate.
Because you're using like a November version, aren't you, of the driver, the NVIDIA driver?
Me?
No, Seamus.
Oh.
I think you rolled back to quite an old one.
Yeah, well, it was the one previous to December the 1st that I was using that,
Right.
and I know that I helped Mossman last week and we got him back up and running on the old one.
Yeah.
But as of yesterday, I'm now running DirectX 12 as well as the latest December 1st NVIDIA driver, and it's working fine, other than the stutter that it looks like everybody's getting.
Oh, I might try DX12 again now with this new driver.
The trouble is, I enabled the DX12 and my FPS went down to like 5 or 6 FPS. It was like, what? So
Wow.
that got turned off.
Mine did. Neil, I noticed. I was just watching my screen, and I noticed you've got it as well. I think. Oh no, for you it's the top of your green screen. Every now and again, I get a really thin line going horizontally across my screen.
Yeah, I get that too. It's there
Yeah, I
now.
thought- right, that is what I'm seeing on yours. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Oh, there we go.
No,
I've got another
me
freeze
neither.
again.
Yeah, it goes right across my screen.
Yeah. Only get it in the sim, so it's not my graphics card.
No, it's clearly to do with the sim, because that's the only time I see it as well.
Yeah, I've been getting it as well. Sometimes I've been seeing strange light streaks off the tips of the wings.
No, you know what that is, Shane? You need to take more water with it, mate.
I don't understand that one. I'm sorry. Can you explain that?
More water in your scotch.
I should have just laughed and left it.
Yeah.
Too much alcohol. Too much alcohol.
Oh, right. I get it now. I get it now. I get you. That was too subtle for you, Dougal. Sorry.
I know. I'm sorry.
Gary says, yes, I got that too. I think he's referring to the line
Line,
across.
Yeah. I see it much more from inside the cockpit view than outside.
Yeah.
I'd love to know what causes that, because it's really annoying.
Yeah, and it comes and goes. It's not there all the time. That's a strange thing. I like this bit area. We got the river flowing.
I was just
Fact-
about to say I can't see you, but you're actually way off to my left wing. On my left wing. There you go.
And in this version, rather than live weather, the river's actually flowing as opposed to frozen, so it's actually a bit more enjoyable.
Yeah, that's one thing that they got absolutely spot on with this sim, isn't it? And that's the water textures. The masking leaves a bit desired, but
Yeah, I was just reading.
wind effect is brilliant.
Sorry, Dougal. I was just reading 6 Notes comment there. Yeah, you know, between all of us, mate, we actually figure it all out. Some of us has got some knowledge about things, but thanks for pointing us in that direction with the tips there, 6 Notes.
Yeah, J2 Sense is really good. I really like him.
Yeah, I'll watch him.
He's the guy I got a DDU from.
Oh, is it? Right,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, that's probably what he's referring to then.
I've lost my look behind button. Yeah, all my buttons are... Oh no, there he is, back again. Look at that. Can you
Yeah,
believe
your
it?
blue labels are a bit hard to see in the trees.
And I've got my label set to red.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
I like blue.
I get that line too. In fact, I've got it now in front of me. There's a thin line across the screen.
The fact that we've all got it, I wonder if it has anything to do with where you're flying.
Could be.
I think it's probably to do with how it renders stuff to the screen. So maybe you get it more in mountainous areas than you do in other
Yeah.
places.
As long as it's not power lines, otherwise I'm coming down.
Yeah.
They're like we were flying last week, like flying in China, weren't we? Well, Hong Kong and that. I flew into a pylon that took me out of the sky.
The
Really?
thing with pylons is some of them are solid and some aren't.
Yeah.
So this is a long stretch. This one to the Rivers Inlet Seaplane Base. It's a pretty stretch. Gary says he's catching us up.
I just put the stream volume up. Is there any music on?
Yeah, it's a quiet track.
Okay. You know me and the music for some
I
reason, it's
know.
always quiet.
know.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I might change and get some more. Oh, we've got a bit of scenery glitches here. Look.
Yeah, and that horizontal line is suddenly much more prominent for me as that scenery glitch came in. Yeah, I'm seeing the water exactly like that, like
Yeah.
you are.
It's stepping, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'll disappear in a sec. There you go. I've got this glitch over the other side over here.
Yeah, same on mine.
There's a river that winds its way into this. It's correcting itself slowly.
Yeah, that bloke I was talking about earlier is called CG Aviator.
Are you able to drop a link into Peely's Discord?
I knew how to do that.
All right, don't worry. I'll make a note.
Oh, the line. Six wants to talk about the line.
Oh, he says it's always there. Okay. Well, I suppose that would sort of make sense.
I don't always see it. Is it because we're flying in mountainous areas? Is it like giving us a line where a cloud is or something? I don't know.
I know, but I don't really see it at the moment.
No, you haven't got it by out.
Yeah, me too.
We need to climb up a bit and see if it goes away. Because it could be something to do with clouds, couldn't it?
Could be.
So what was your weather setting again, Neil, please?
We are on the WPP preset UK light snow coverage,
Roger that.
and the time of day
His
is
looks nothing like mine.
13:04.
Oh, mine.
It's really strange.
Yeah, if I do that, I get snowed out. I can't even
Yep.
see the ground.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Indian sun.
I guess I'm just special. Oh, got the old my DS is not working. I don't think.
Are we landing at CBY2?
CBY2.
Yeah, it's just coming up on the left hand side. Is Macmel Fisheries.
No, hadn't
Okay.
planned to, because just round the corner we're going to land at Charlie Alpha Uniform 8
Oh, water, on the water.
on the water.
And as
Yeah,
I'm
that,
climbing higher, that line has disappeared, you know.
That fisheries airport, there's a free add-on for that.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Darn. How did I miss that one? It doesn't look much of a strip, I don't think, when you get there.
And oddly enough, it's surrounded by trees. How
Yeah.
unusual is that?
Oh, it must be Microsoft.
Oh,
Oh, somebody slewing there, I saw there.
Is Gary still with us?
I think that was him slewing up
Ah,
above us.
right.
I can't see him now. He's directly above me.
Now I can always see Dougal, Peely, Six Knots and Curious Bay, and I'm behind all of you.
Yeah, I've just spotted you.
So I can honestly say I have never been in this aircraft.
In the
What are you
Zlin.
in?
The Zlin, whatever it was.
Oh, you are in it, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
you are.
This is the first time I've flown it.
I quite like the
Quite like
Zlin.
it. Yeah, I quite like it.
I flew it in the X-plane as well.
Okay.
Are we landing anywhere,
Dougal,
Neil,
mate.
or are you just low to the ground?
I'm just low to the ground.
Roger.
Dougal just got a cup of tea.
No, it didn't actually. he had his dessert bowl taken away.
Ah.
ah.
Yeah.
Now, normally this microphone's pretty good. You don't normally get to hear that stuff, I don't think.
I think we do, Dougal. Actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I can't actually request anything yet because they're still at the gym. That's the only thing about Tuesday streams is I miss going to the gym. I get enough exercise, you know, doing this and using the foot pedals.
You know, I actually bought myself some vitamin D today because I realised I'm turning into a vampire. I never see the sunlight anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got some weather ahead. Weather ahead. It's a little bit of snow, I feel. It's a very sedate pace, this aeroplane, isn't it?
Quick enough for this kind of flying, though.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It really appeals to me a lot. I'm loving this.
Just beware the flaps.
Yeah.
Especially flaps 2. It's like putting an anchor out.
And I also have gear as well that I'm not used to flying with.
Yeah.
What's an approximate airspeed, guys? I don't want to be overtaking you.
90.
80.
I've got indicated,
Okay.
or just over.
So Dougal, you must be going slower than that because I've just overtaken you, mate.
Yeah, I'm doing 75-ish, just coming up to 80. You still show us behind me in my sim, which is interesting.
Yeah, I think I slowed down, mate, because I didn't.
okay.
I saw I was catching up with you, and I wasn't sure what was going on. So
There you go, look, you can see blue labels very clearly.
I need to do that. I need to get that label upgrade. I've still got the default black and white.
It amazes me that other streamers don't use it. I think that so many of them are frightened that it causes CTDs, and it doesn't.
Yeah, that's the thing. People change one thing and blame something that's not related on what they just done.
Yeah. I mean, when there's a lot of people flying, I mean, Murph last night, there was a lot of people flying, and I can fully understand why he turns his labels off, because he uses default labels like most streamers do. And, it looks pretty grim, looks pretty horrific. But these little discrete ones seems to work pretty well. And to my knowledge, apart from when Sim Update 5 first launched, when this mod did cause CTDs, after the fix, I don't think it's ever happened again, to my knowledge.
No.
There's a couple of different variants. Colonel Fort uses a different one that he swears by. The thing I really love about this one is you can turn them on and off at the touch of a button.
Well, lately it's been a case of I can turn them off, but I can't turn them back on.
I think it just takes a bit of time to come back.
Yeah.
A bit like when you first connect to a server.
So you can set a hotkey for it then, Dougal, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
F12,
Well, it has its own
F11.
hotkey. I think it's F12.
Wow. Okay, thanks. I definitely will look into that once we finish this.
It's called CPPR mod.
There you go, Seamus. If you're looking at stream, I'll press F12 and you'll disappear.
I don't think it's on flightsim.tr.
And then it just takes a second for it to all come back on again.
Yeah, got that, Dougal, thanks.
It comes along with a bunch of other mods all zipped up in, it's quite a big file, and there's probably 8 or 9 different mods you can use, including a little, like the POI markers, you can reduce the size of those as well. So you can put in whichever mod you want.
But there is one of them that doesn't work, isn't there? I forget which one it is, or it didn't work a few revs ago. So I just got the this mod for the labels in, and that's it, out of all of them.
I've also got the little POI, the mini POI markers. Right, I can see everybody now. So I've got 6 knots, Seamus and Gary behind me. Curious and Peely in front.
Yeah. See, I've pressed F12. I've got 2 labels come back, and the others haven't. It's odd, isn't it?
But exactly the same would happen if you turned on and off the default markers.
Yeah. Okay, we do have an airport coming up. Well, it's
The other end of this.
yeah, it's the other end of this channel. Yeah.
We're straight into 25, isn't it?
I'm showing a 12 knot tailwind at the minute, but
Yeah.
I've got 7 knots from 298.
I've got that rain coming down again.
yeah, I'm going to go down to water level simply because it looks so nice down there. Oh, we haven't seen young Mr. Spitfire today.
No. I'm thinking we should probably do a whole flight in a Spitfire because we haven't done one. We've only done a partial one when we went to
He's
Sydney.
hoping, of course, to get all his cockpit stuff arriving before Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, when he was on stream last week, he had to go off because he's having troubles, wasn't he? I haven't seen him since.
No. Troubles with his PC.
Yeah.
So as normal, I haven't looked at the plan. I've just chucked myself into this flight. So, what direction are we going to be facing when we're landing, please? What's the what runway?
It's going to be...
It's a water runway.
It's a water
It's
runway,
Either 25 or 07.
and it'll be 07 at this point.
Oh,
If you can see it, because the rain has suddenly got thicker and it's now snow. And visibility is not perfect. Six Knock says, nice, I had the tags, but I didn't know you could hotkey the name tags. Oh yes. It is F12 to turn them off, F11 to turn them back on.
And even if you're using the other version, the one that Colonel Falk uses, there's another mod that you can add in that adds a hotkey that enables you to turn those off as well.
Alright.
Yeah, this the water texture looks really nice down here at, what am I at? I'm at 100 feet, about 25, 30 feet AGL.
I know the reflections just look incredible, don't they?
Yeah.
You must have better visibility than I have then at the moment.
Slightly, yeah. I can see what you've got coming ahead. But it's also much clearer down low. Or it is on my sim. The downside with not having an autopilot means I can't go and make coffee.
Well, I might nip and get a cup of tea before we start the last leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good call actually. I can grab some water for my whiskey there, Dougal.
the thing is, if you land in the water and you go away and leave it, you come back, you'll be sat on rocks.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, they don't have an anchor, do they? You know, a lot of these float
anchor. No.
these float planes, they usually carry an anchor, don't they?
Oh, and I have not set up a water rudder either.
Oh, you can pull the lever in. Is just to your right foot? There's a lever looks like a handbrake.
Oh, roger that. Thanks. Water rudder control. Right.
Yes.
I had to have that pointed out as well earlier on.
That's only
I can hear
because
somebody. Who's behind me? I can hear you. Yep, there's one. Who's that? No label. Oh my god.
6 knots. Just behind you, mate.
Oh, right, flying under me. I'm at 100 feet and he just flew under me.
oh, you're under me as well.
Wow. Mind you, I was able to fly quite literally off Murphy's wingtip in the DC-6.
Yes, you were, weren't you?
Yeah, the server that we ended up on was really good. That's, who was the other one? I think it was Muse Fan that was also there.
You know, as much as the DC-6 really appeals to me, I don't know if I've got the, I don't know, focus to actually sit there and learn it properly.
Do you know what, Jim? Neither have I, but I've learned with, if you've got the right hardware, you don't have to. You know, I've got this little SATEC autopilot panel that does everything. I've never used the gyro. You've seen the flying that I can do in formation in the DC-6.
Yeah.
That's never manually. I do that on autopilot using this tiny little panel.
Wow. Because you know what, I've actually just bolted my SciTech autopilot on top of my Bravo.
Oh, right. Okay, on top of the yoke.
Yeah, and you know, as much as I like both of them, the Cytec actually wins here because
Yeah.
you cannot see the pig and buttons on the Bravo. You can't see where
No,
they're for.
and the thing with the Zatec, you've got the LED readout as well.
Yeah, yeah, which is stuck behind all the levers.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like to tell you this, but when I fly in VR, I use the Bravo throttle, I do it all by touch.
Yeah, I can well believe it.
Nice one, mate. Nice one.
That's VR change is a complete game changer, isn't it?
Oh, it is indeed.
Yeah.
I remember when I was flying into Shoreham in a Cessna 152 in VR, the feeling about how small the cockpit was and how close to the ground you were,
Yeah.
and the glide angle. I mean, it really is a game changer as well.
Wow, Neil, I've just looked across at your screen. That looks truly epic. I'm fogged in. I'm clouded in, so I'm not getting that.
Well, I've just gone through it. And then
Yeah,
I
that
came out
looks
the other side.
absolutely spectacular. Yeah, all that lovely formation flying that I got credited for last night was all done with autopilot.
Were you sitting there smiling?
I was indeed, yes. Just tiny, tiny little 1 degree movements of the
Yeah.
dial. Oh god, I can't see sugar here.
I just love the definition of these trees. For this region, they're spot on. If you actually look at the trees, they're so good. As I'm getting a
Part of
good
the
view.
line we were talking about, Neil, you have also got a small grey horizontal line that's actually, I think, the top of your green screen. Or connected to it, but it's very, very thin, so don't worry about it.
I didn't pull my green screen all the way out. Is that better? Is it gone?
Yep, that's it. That was just my OCD kicking in.
Oh, V1 is
Yeah, I got
I
a
got a
message.
ping.
Yeah. Q8 Pilot and V1 Sim and 320 Sim Pilot were all streaming today, and I'm afraid I didn't rock up at any of them.
You're a wanted man, Dougal. Or a needed man, rather, not wanted, sorry.
Yeah, not anymore. Got plenty of other people there now.
Well,
You know-
I'm glad, Dougal, you come and join me on my streams.
Also, the VFR versus IFR thing. I'm just not an airliner guy anymore. I mean, I used to be. You know, I had all the top quality payware jetliners for X-Plane, but
It never appealed to me other than idle curiosity, you know, the jetliners, but I don't know. I just like the more steamy, the more prop driven, the less gauges, and I don't know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm after nowadays.
yeah. I'm going to have to follow you, really, because I can't see sugar.
Yeah, just follow the river.
I can't even see the river. I'm completely fogged in.
You know what, my weather now matches Neil's.
Really?
It just took a
Wow.
wee while, I went back to it, and it's matches his now.
Yeah, I got some rain coming in again.
What about yours, Bill?
Mine is, I can see fine, but I've got different weather things to you guys.
Oh,
like,
right,
you know what I mean?
okay. You
I've got a
got the same preset.
WPP thing and stuff. But it looks really good, and the trees are marvellous. Do you remember, like, what was it, about 6 months ago, the trees were at 300 feet high?
Yeah.
They were atrocious, weren't they?
Yeah.
So,
You know, go on, Neil.
Seamus, you and I, we had this thing, don't we? I was gonna say, I'm starting to plan the Santa stream.
All right.
So, if you never did the Simwings Santa flight,
Oh, that was epic.
we will be doing a slightly modded version of that just try and encompass some different routing in various places, but
It's
it was
same
such a.
aircraft.
I think we probably need to, you know, because that made it challenging getting that thing down on some of those short runways.
Which aircraft was that?
And the livery's already done for it. It's the B350, the twin engine.
Yes, Six
Oh, I like
Knot
that.
was saying he's not really into them either, but will be buying the PMDG 737. Now, you know what? Yes, the 737's a classic, you know?
And so is PMDG. I mean,
Yeah.
I have my own thoughts about them as a company from previous dealings, but I have to admit that everything they do is untouchable. It is just first class.
Yeah. I'm hoping that somebody will release the Comet, the de Havilland Comet.
Oh God, that was the first jet aircraft that I ever flew on.
Wow.
Yep, it was a Comet 4B.
Wow.
It was a Dan Air Comet.
Goodness me.
It must have been around 1969 or between 69 and 71, I think. And it was from Gatwick to Mallorca.
Wow.
Yeah.
Down.
Okay, I'm on downwind, I think. If I can find a runway. Yes, I'm on downwind.
I'm just following the name tags. I need to remember I'm not in a helicopter, so I
You
can
do indeed.
try and land.
Yeah. 07 you said, didn't you, Neil?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yes, I can see you. I'm waving. This is me waving. Look.
Oh, the flaps on this thing are just ridiculous.
Yeah, Bill, did you just throw your Coke can out the window, mate? I saw you.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Canada. I apologise.
Go back this minute and pick it up.
I'm trying hard.
So what's a landing airspeed on this thing?
Just,
About 3.
just,
Yeah.
just,
Ah,
just.
About 40 knots would be good, mate.
sorry, buddy.
You just bleed it off until you touch, and then remember to put your rudder control up once you're on the water. I don't think that you put it down before you land. I could be wrong.
No, you don't. It would break off
Mm.
in real life like that.
Yeah, quite literally.
Oh, I love it. I've got a voice saying gears up for water landing.
Yeah. It will keep repeating until you press that big orange flashing button.
What big orange flashing button?
The one that's
Next.
on the dashboard in front of you.
Yeah, on the
Next.
dash, on your lower dash.
Oh, okay, you mean look down. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I think this is roughly where the runway is.
Yeah, sorry, I normally don't fly aircraft. I'm normally handing out peanuts, so you have to bear with me. Fasten your seatbelts, guys. Here, have a bag of peanuts. There we go.
What?
Customer service.
Couldn't hear him.
6 knots says yes please to a Comet. That really would be something.
Yeah.
The first aircraft I ever flew in was a VC-10.
A VC-10. Wow.
Yeah, I went up in it from RAF Scampton because I joined the Royal Air Force when I was younger. And he said, you're in the Royal Air Force, so we're going to go up in a plane. This is the plane you're going to go up in.
I
said,
hope you didn't have to sit anywhere near the back.
No. There was only like 2 flights of us on there. And there was us 2 male flights and 2 female flights. Like training flights, like that.
Yeah.
But there weren't that many people on there.
So what was those RAF aircraft where you faced the back?
That was the VC-10.
Oh, that was my first aircraft then as well. Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Such an amazing aircraft.
There's buildings here.
Yeah.
Trident was another of my favourites from that era.
Almost. And then later on in my RAF career, I was at RAF Brodie in South Wales, which was a tactical weapons unit, and they flew the Hunter.
Wow.
to train in, but this transition from a hunter to the hawk. So I've flown, believe it or not, never aircrew. I was a cook in the RAF. I have flown in a hunter and I've flown in a hawk in real life.
Very cool, mate.
Very nice.
Well,
That was interesting. Somebody just landed in a 172 on wheels. You gotta love this sim. Who was it? Oh, it was Gary.
can you swim?
Of course, with this being an amphib, we can just, we can just roll up that hill ahead of us.
Yeah, you just run onto the land.
Yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
need to put your gear down before you land then, or
Oh,
before you land on water?
No.
Oh no.
You'll just flip over onto your roof if you do that.
Okay.
So we're just bobbing around now.
So I'm coming in at 40 knots here, so I think I should be good, but I'm not coming down.
What flaps have you got?
Hit the button once, hit the button twice. I've no
Right.
idea.
Right, you only want flaps 1 at max.
Ah, roger that, mate. I'll take one off.
Yeah, you'll just never get down if you we use full flaps.
Oh, no, I'm nose diving. Okay.
Love it.
I should have stuck to peanuts. Okay.
I don't see Seamus's label. Why do I not see Seamus? Oh, there, I see him. I see his flashing lights coming down.
I'm still trying to use my toe brakes.
They don't work.
No.
They
Right,
don't
I'm just going
work.
to leave this drifting while I go and make some coffee. In fact, I'm going to cut the motor. Or I'm going to attempt to cut the motor.
Likewise, I'm going to do the same.
Yeah.
Yes, we were actually going to get some tea or coffee or whatever
Yeah, that'd
while,
be a good call, actually.
while we're bobbing around. I think
Yes, please.
kill the
I better
motor,
mute my microphone then so you don't hear my coffee machine.
and hopefully I don't drift into anything.
I am so glad you chose this aircraft. I've had it since I bought it and I never thought to try it out. This was a really nice aircraft, mate. Good call.
Marvellous. We like to try different aeroplanes. Okay. I've actually stopped moving now, which is good. So I'm going to leave it on that scene. And I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. So I'll leave the music playing. I'll mute the mic. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. And we're back.
Man, look at the colour of that water. Wow.
Yeah, that's something special, isn't it?
I just like the way, if you look at the waves, you can actually see like it's like a rough effect on the top of the water, just like there's a breeze, you know how a breeze just roughs the water. Are we all back? 6 knots over there.
Right now.
God, this thing shoots off.
So I actually got myself a coffee and some Jaffa cakes, and until recently, Jaffa cakes were considered international food, and it was like £4.50 a box, you know. So now I can get them at a reasonable £1 a box now. So
That's mad.
And
yeah.
then he's in the box.
Oh, it's just a regular size of Jaffa cakes.
You can get 20, a box of 20 in Tesco's for £1.
Yeah. I think, listen, we have international food stores over here, and British food is considered international food. And yeah, I mean, a pot noodle's about £3, you know.
No.
Oh, we have 6 knots in the lobby.
Absolutely. Good man.
Oh, there.
There he
Somebody
goes.
brought him in.
Hello, 6 knots.
I love
There's a-
6 knots.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we
Yeah,
can. Loud and clear.
Excellent.
You found a headset then?
Yeah, I crashed my sim in the process though.
Oh, no. USB. You plug in
Yeah,
USB
that's the one.
device. Yeah, yeah.
That's the one.
You gotta love this sim.
Yeah.
Not.
I could just hear you chatting away, and I had to join in.
Yeah.
Good. It's one of the beauties of such a small channel is when there's just a few of you. It's really easy to do something like this, and it stays nice and intimate.
Yeah, you couldn't do this on Murph's.
Oh, can you imagine? Yeah,
It'd be mayhem.
it would be bedlam, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right. I reckon I can get off the ground in that distance, so I'm going for it.
Even off the water.
Well, you know.
So now, is the sim sound going to come out my headset? I wonder.
Oh, that's mad. This aeroplane is just mad.
Or is it the pilot? Or is it the pilot?
Well, there's that too.
Do we need any flaps for takeoff in this thing?
Not at all.
No.
I don't even know why they gave it flaps, to be honest.
Okay, Gary, we're all off.
Wow, this thing takes off very nicely, doesn't it?
It does
Yeah.
indeed. Bit too nice, really. I don't know how accurate that is. I mean, it's got wind like a barn door, so it probably is pretty accurate, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you must have seen those competitions for stall aircraft. I mean, they take off in a matter
Yeah.
of feet, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And numbers in single figures.
Yep.
So here's a quick question for you. How do I get the sound of the sim on my speakers and the communications on my headset. Any ideas?
Good point. I don't know because I use different machines for that.
Ah,
Do
very
you
good.
have? Yeah. You know, if you go into your sound controls,
Yeah.
you know, if you right-click on your audio, you can actually set default audio channels. And if you click on your headset for default communications, and you also have your Discord to do that, or you could just set them both for default, and hopefully you get everything that way.
Okay, I'll have to mess around.
Yeah.
All right. Which way we going, guys? I've lost everybody.
It's that way.
Due west. Due west.
It's that way.
Oh, I'm heading southeast. Okay, turnaround time. Yeah, sorry if that was a bit vague. 6 knots. I'm
Oh,
trying
that's
to
okay.
try to catch everybody in there.
And it depends on whether you're using Windows 10 or Windows 11 as well.
No, I'm not going near Windows 11 for a while. I'm not that brave.
Right? I've been using it almost since it came out,
Yeah.
and it doesn't bother the same. It doesn't bother me. It works more or less the same as Windows 10, but with a different cover on.
Yeah, no. I'm an early adopter, and I'm forced into everything, but this one I decided, because I want the sim so much, I didn't want to
Yeah,
mess
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, and it's not easy to go back to Windows 10, is it? You know, all that faffing around you have to do, so I take your point there.
with it. Yeah. Aha.
So I'm running Windows 11 and have been since Windows 11 came out.
It seems to be one of those things, a bit like this simulator itself. For some people, it works perfectly straight out of the box, like you know.
Yeah.
And for other people, it's nothing but trouble. And I have no idea how that can happen.
Seems to be luck to draw, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
There
Like
is it.
for 3 updates, I had hell. And then go after update 5, I haven't had an issue since, so I don't know. It's all part of the challenge. That's what flight simmers love, taking their computers apart and finding fixes for things that are broken. I have to.
I think when you stream, you just want it to work all the time. So you try and... I notice I fiddle around less with it now than I used to.
So 6 knots. If you get into the sound, where
I
it's
actually have it sorted. I've got it sorted.
Oh, you've done it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I found, I don't know how I got to it exactly, but I found where I can set the default for per application.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
then advanced sound properties. That's where I was going to head you, mate.
yeah,
Go.
yeah,
So have you got just Discord coming through your headset?
yeah. And I have a TV for my monitor, so then the sound's coming through the monitor whenever it boots up again. The game boots up again. So it's the simulator. What's the vote on that? It's a simulator.
Say that again.
What's the vote on? So I hear people call it a game, and I hear people call it a simulator. For me, it's a simulator.
It's a
Like,
simulator
I'm
for
not
me.
a true aviation head, but you know.
Call it what you
Eye
want.
of the beholder.
Yeah, call it a donut if you want. I don't care. You know.
I think somebody just said it. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Absolutely, as long as you enjoy it.
So I deviated a little bit from the actual routing.
Okay.
So I'm
yeah,
now...
Dougal's gone one way, Neil's gone the other. Who do
Yeah,
I
well,
follow?
I've gone round the headland. I'm still going. I'm going to go back to the magenta line, but I've just gone in instead of climbing over that headland. I decided to go round it.
Likewise.
Sorry I interrupted you, Neil. I've got a bad habit of following Dougal and end up getting lost, that's all.
Anybody that follows Dougal gets lost. Hey, Oz Nomad. Hello, mate.
Hello, Oz Nomad. Where are you all flying today? We are in Canada. And here is the route that's now correct. Because I hit save.
Oh, I never got to do that.
Gary, I think you might have gone the wrong way, mate.
Yep, Gary's vanished into the sunset, I think.
Yeah, you need to do a hard right there, Gary.
Am I going too fast?
Yeah, a little, yeah.
I'm not even. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm doing under 80. I shall slow further.
I don't even actually see you, but I think that's simply because you've gone behind the mountain for me.
Yeah.
I'm very low.
Yeah, you are really low, mate. Yep, he is around the mountain.
Yeah. Oz,
I
it's
mean-
not the Kodiak. The Kodiak's not actually released yet, to my knowledge.
It's the Zlin Shock Ultra with floats.
That's all right, Gary. I'll send you the bill later, mate.
So I've got a red warning light on. Any clues?
Overspeed. You're overstressed the engine. Just pull your throttle back a bit. If it's that big, great big square caution.
No, I got rid of that because I was overspeeding, but it's on the right-hand side where it says warning above alternator.
Oh.
No, I don't know. I've not seen that. I didn't even know. I thought that was in op.
I've seen. I don't know.
Oh.
Do your pressures look good? You got enough fuel?
I suspect that it's telling you you've had too much scotch.
Or not enough?
water. Or not enough, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should stop adding scotch to my coffee as well, shouldn't I, really?
That'll be it. There's everybody. I've slowed down a lot, so you should be able to catch up fairly quickly.
Yeah, I think the Kodiak release date is the 17th, Oz. Whether you might get it a day early being over there is another matter, but... Or should I say under there rather than over there?
Well, he'll probably still get it on the 17th, but he'll just get it ahead of us.
That was me thinking it was this Friday. It's not. It's the Friday after, isn't it?
Yeah.
10 days.
I'm hoping we get it on Xbox. Did they say they was going to be on Xbox as well?
I'm pretty sure they did, yeah.
I thought they did.
I doubt it will be the same time, though.
Just a matter of interest, is anybody using that beta thing they released?
That who released?
Microsoft. Sobo.
Oh, I'm not.
No, I looked at it and said, I read it as far as it said, you might have to reinstall your service. Yeah, forget that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's exactly. 100 and whatever gigs. Nah.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
I don't even know what it was for. I saw the comments on it, but...
A beta test of SU7, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh. You've got me intrigued now. I might have to go look at that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. No, don't do it.
Oz Nomad says Mrs. Oz has given me some dollars to spend in the sim. Oh, that's a nice thing to have given.
Kodiak's coming, tell him.
Yeah. Then so is the PMDG 737. Depends on what your thing is, doesn't it?
I will probably get the PMG DG 737 because
Yeah, me too, but I won't fly it very often.
no, that'll be for special occasions, I think.
Those are my thoughts too. My thoughts were I should fly the Kodiak a lot more often than I'll fly that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Kodiak will end up being my go-to aircraft for most things. Because it'll keep up with so much.
Yep. And then when they release the floaty plane one, you'll be able to land in the water as well.
Yeah, yeah. They seem like a really nice couple of guys as well. The devs, you know, they've been around on several stream forums, answering anybody's questions. You know, they're game for anything. An interesting mix of guys. I think Alex is Russian, is he not? And Matt is from the north of England somewhere.
Oh,
But I really love it, like, you know, when you see developers get involved with the community like that. It's like Jefferson.
Okay, guys, I'm now down to 70 knots. Well, kilometers an hour.
Really liking this route now.
well, 6 knots has just come bombing past me. Google it bombing past me, and I'm doing, it says on this 80.
So you shouldn't
I'm
be
in the
too far
yellow,
behind
so
by now.
I'm doing 95.
Alright, well, I'm just getting
I'm doing 120 knots, so that's probably why the question.
I've just cranked it back up to 5500 now.
How do you find these routes? Anytime I've flown with you, you have amazing routes.
He's brilliant, isn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how much you were aware about the Simwings project, 6 knots, but I mean,
It's sort of.
yeah, well, I ran that, and the first time I ever saw one of Peely's routes, I nabbed him. And he did all. There was somebody else involved as well. There was Spags involved for a little while, but Peely did just about all of the Simwings group flight routes, and he's just got the knack. I don't know how.
Yeah, no, they're amazing.
I do go and fly them before we actually fly them, if you see what I mean. And if there's a bit I don't like, I'll mod it based on, you know, well, if I think, oh, that'd be interesting to go over there as I'm flying along like now, if I look out the window and go, oh, actually, that'd be quite good to go that way, then I'll add that in to cover it.
It must also be a lot harder for streamers that do a lot more streams. I mean, look at Murph, for example.
Yeah.
You know, how many times a week? At least 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week. That must be really hard. And to get a route that pleases everybody on every flight is just impossible. But I think I've never been able to do it, and I think patience has a lot to do with it.
It's really
I think Murph's stream is about Murph though, isn't it? He's just
Yeah.
so entertaining.
yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
It's
not
the
about where
Murph
you're
show
going.
rather than anything else.
He's just bonkers.
Oh look, they are there. There you go.
Yeah, well, it's not now, man.
Has the river frozen over? It has.
Yes.
Well, look at that. That's the first time I've seen that in the sim.
So, little tips and tricks for my routes. First of all, you know, there's a couple of things that I like. It's either going to be that there's a really decent city scenery around or something like that that's worth visiting. Then for things like this, it's just really a case of I'm very familiar with Google Earth and you know, maps, google.com and actually looking at, you know, the Earth itself and actually seeing, right, these are valleys, these are hills. Yeah, little nav map is great as well because it's really quick to navigate around. And of course, in little nav map, you get all the airports overlaid as well, so you know where you can plan your stops and stuff. But apart from that,
Are you trying to tell us that you know what you're doing?
well, no, not really. Because some of them, I sit there and think, I've got you'd not believe how many routes I've actually got that I just don't stream on because I think they're boring, and if I think it's boring, then I think you guys are going to think it's boring. You know, I like to be able to hand fly, because that's why we do VFR. If we want to use an autopilot, we do tube liners all day long. So I try and make routes tricky enough so that you have to hand fly, because if you actually have the route in the aeroplane and you fly on the GPS, you're going to hit a mountain because of the way I've actually developed the route. So there's a couple of tricks that I do which really annoy Dougal, because there's occasions where he does like to hit the autopilot. But even then, you can still fly on autopilot and manually input, turns and stuff like that, which I do. When I'm on stream and I want to look back, for example, and if it's continually mountainous and lots of turns, then obviously looking backwards is not conducive to actually flying, without hitting anything. So, it's different when you stream, I think, and you've got to take in the scenery and make sure that people are seen behind and stuff like that. But
crap. Don't fly forwards and look backwards.
yes.
Well, that was you, was it?
Yeah,
I saw you peel off there.
yeah, no, it wasn't a manoeuvre.
But this is also where I'm looking at little nav map on my other screen, and I can actually see where the peaks and ridges are. So even though I'm looking backwards, I'm still flying, but I'm looking at that. So I know that there's no mountains ahead of me that are going to interfere with my current height. So most of the time it works.
That, isn't it?
So we've got a bit of a right turn coming up. So it's just a way of what you get used to flying, really. But I try and do island hoppers are quite good. The problem with island hoppers is that the water between the islands is a bit dull because it's not very exciting.
Yeah.
I don't like to try and do too many mountain routes all together, because that gets boring as well. It's like, oh, we just did this last week, we're just in a different part of the globe. So I try and do I've got a whole series of river what I call river runs, where we start at one end of a river and go and find the source, or start the source and then go out to sea. So yeah, lots of different things that, and trying to be different from other streamers as well. It's always a challenge.
Well, I think the chat, a live chat, is a great idea.
Well, yeah, I've introduced it because I'm not the most chatty person in the world. Although some who are here now will say, actually, Neil, we can't get a word in edgeways.
Yeah, I agree with that comment, yes.
But for the times where I just want to sit back and let you guys chat, it's great, and it involves everybody. And
I think Kieran's right, though. I think it adds a whole new dynamic, because so few people do it, especially, streamers with bigger numbers, because you couldn't do it. It'd just be impossible.
Yeah.
But it adds something that is completely different.
Yeah.
And it involves people.
And, it's good to be different, isn't it? So,
Absolutely.
I don't do this for the money. My job pays for the bills and stuff like that. So any money that I earn from streaming is put back into the sim. It buys new scenery or equipment or hardware or whatever is needed, or pays for subscriptions for music and stuff like that. And that's great.
That's exactly what I did, mate. All the money that I got when I was streaming, it all went into my train sims and bus sims and all the other stuff. It's a good way to keep it going.
Yeah. It's got a bit foggy for me. I don't really want to do VFR in this.
It's just cleared up for me, which is nuts because we're both on the same preset.
Yeah, I've got a clear area just to the right, so I'm just heading for that.
So talking about routes, Neil, I followed the one that I didn't do it with you when you were streaming, but it's the one that heads east and you're following the River Thames and you end up going past London City Airport, you know that one?
Yep, I got that one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one because it passed all the places. It passes both the police stations I was based in. You go overhead my house when in Essex, and you know, yeah.
Is it the one where we visited Peely's and Captain Spitfire's houses?
Yes.
I think I wasn't on that one though, so.
No, you weren't. Alison was, and she gave us a history lesson on her history
part of London,
and where she grew up around sort of Berkshire and stuff like that. So that was quite interesting. Oh yes, that's where I was this and this where I was this, and it was good. It was good. That was a good route.
Yeah.
So did I ever tell you guys about my funny involving Google Maps? Is that I looked at the Google map where my house is in America, and it actually shows this white blob floating in a pool, and that's me. So I'm actually
Brilliant. I thought mine was good. Mine shows my car, but that's one over. Wow.
oh yeah.
Well,
I know it's me because there's not many pasty white Scotsmen in this part of the woods, you know.
I'm gonna have to.
Thought you had to be. Sorry, I actually thought you had to be Scottish to actually talk here because everybody has this sort of a Scottish accent.
No, for me,
name,
it's
one of
just
the-
the name.
Yeah.
Are you in Ireland, Kieran?
Yeah. Just near Dublin.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
About 30 miles away from Dublin.
Yeah, I recognise Dougal from the Magic Roundabout, Dougal.
Yeah. I actually work up in the airport.
Oh,
nice.
Brilliant. Well, if they're brilliant, you might hate it. I don't know.
Oh, I love my job. I do stand allocation. I decide where the plane's parking.
Wow.
Was it you that sends people on the long stand?
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
so if you ever had a long walk or anything like that, that was me.
It's Kieran's fault.
Yeah, that was totally me.
Yeah, we've got this place right next to the airport. We would like you to park 3 miles away, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite complicated.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot to it, mate. It's not just getting in, it's getting out again and scheduling and what aircraft are coming in. I'm sure it's complicated.
3D chess a bit. Cool. I also look after all of the computer systems as well, so I'm not a complete. I know a bit about computers. Not you guys. I saw you talking away and I was going, what?
Yeah, Dougal's showing up my lack of knowledge these days, it seems.
Yeah, PCI slots and there's.
I think the guy for the naughty. Naughty.
Yeah, he's
guy,
got
isn't it?
loads.
Yeah. There's not
Yeah.
much that guy doesn't know.
The little plug-in is cool.
Yeah, I was never. What I learned on computers is just by what we do, you know. I'm an electrical engineer by trade, but computers was never really what I worked on. It was always networks.
Yeah.
I think once you're in there somewhere, you start picking stuff up anyway, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I like to class myself as an interested amateur.
Yeah, I'd be one of them.
I used to build them for a little while, just more of a hobby than anything else, you know, to sell. But things change so fast if you don't keep up with the industry.
So Oz Nomad said he's got to go. He's got an IFR lesson with Forder. So, all right, take care, Oz Nomad.
Yeah.
Oz Nomad,
Enjoy.
You take care of it.
thanks for joining the stream. Have a good flight, reporter.
That's another great thing about having people in voice chat is when chat gets missed, somebody picks it up.
Actually bought a few computer parts on Black Friday, so I'll be building a computer. I have a laptop at the moment, so I'm building the computer. The only problem is getting the graphics card, of course.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about that.
just a disaster. I just find it very hard to justify paying the money.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, mate. When the GTX 3080 came out, I think it was like $600 or something,
Yeah.
and I thought, yeah, I'll get it next month. What a mistake that was.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I was lucky, as I said earlier, I've got a GTX 3070 and I managed to purchase this pre-built computer, I think about 2 weeks before it ever went through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Good man.
Well, a lot of people now are buying complete PCs simply because it's
Yeah.
cheaper than buying a graphics card.
Yeah, it used to be the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, they're only buying the complete computer to actually get the graphics card and then
Yep.
put it in it straight out of their existing machine, putting their old card in their new machine, and then just doing
it's
that.
the one thing now that I still need, and I just, it's not that I couldn't afford it. I could buy it if I chose to, but I'm just not prepared to pay that kind of money.
Yeah, that's it. That's like I could buy it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm pricing them every day.
Yeah.
So I was looking at a 3070 Ti and they're running at 1200 yo-yos,
wow.
as I call them.
Yeah, I think if I went for one, it would be the 80 Ti, 3080 Ti.
Yeah, down there. Silly money, $2.5 grand. or
Yeah,
something.
I mean insane money, isn't it? Just insane.
Yeah.
You could buy a car for that.
Absolutely.
Oh yes,
That's the math
indeed.
part, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I paid about £1,500 for my PC.
Yeah.
70 and
Yeah.
Nice one, Bill. Good timing on you, mate.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see someone beat the price hike.
Is that you, Dougal, off my wing?
It is, yeah, and I can't get away with using autopilot this time because it doesn't work.
Where are we
It's
actually going?
Where are we going?
I have the little nav map and I can see 2 airports. Are we going to one of them?
We're going to
the first one.
we-
Bella.
yeah, Bella Bella Denny Island. It's Charlie Yankee Juliet Quebec, and we will be running.
Words.
No, I'll say that again. We'll be landing on runway 11.
11. Okay.
Don't forget to put your wheels down.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Seems that it's Beanie that needs to take more water with it, not him.
If you forget to put your wheels down, just change the weather so it's icy and you just slide down the runway.
There we go. Well, my warning light went out and I have no idea why it was on.
Oh, talking of which, my fuel light's just come on. Literally as you said that.
Huh.
Now that's interesting because I've just clicked the drop-down menu in the sim and it still says 50% on both tanks, which is what I started with.
Yeah, but look at
So there's
your
that
fuel.
bug. That's that bug.
Look at your fuel in your cockpit.
Yeah.
So I'm down to 3.4 gallons, and my fuel light's
Yeah,
on. But that's plenty to get to the airport.
I don't know what happened to me earlier in the Cessna, but it just would not climb and just got slower and slower and crashed.
Wasn't icing.
Sim does strange things.
No, I didn't have any ice in my screens anyway. It could have been, I suppose.
Do you know if this sorry guys, go on.
Save us! It's me again. Go
Yeah,
on
will
then.
you stop interrupting my stream here, Neil?
Go ahead, Seamus.
No, please. I insist, my friend.
I was about to say. Actually, I can't even remember what I was going to say now. What was I going to say?
Icy.
Well,
No.
while you're thinking, I was going to say, is there a pitot heat on this aircraft?
Don't think so.
No.
Thank you, sirs.
It's surprising, isn't it, that it doesn't, because
You would think
there's a
it would be-
pitot tube there on the wing. You'd have thought they'd heat it.
Being an Asobo default, the word inop springs to mind.
Have any of you guys had a go at Reno, just as a matter of interest?
I
No,
have.
I have the pack, but the racing doesn't float my boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, not my cup of tea actually. So
Have you used it, Neil?
Well, funny you should ask. I have done the practice, but I haven't participated in a race because I haven't actually looked at how you actually do that.
I
But-
watched Sim Hanger's video yesterday he posted where he did the Reno racing. And
Did he
it
do
looked
that
quite
thing where they all have to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown to all try and get in the same server? Because that's madness. You know, you can't pick a server and join it with your friends. It's just pot luck.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a desert, to be honest with you. I've done a fair bit, and the amount of times I ended up with no match or one other person.
Right.
So,
Well,
so they need to do something about that. If people could race with their friends,
well,
and
yeah,
they
it
would,
sort
I'm
of
sure.
defeats
you
the
know.
object to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe we
Sure
should
does.
do a stream dedicated to Reno racing. But then you got to make sure that you are the only ones.
Yeah, if you I did one with Gripper Sim,
All right.
and he was trying to get into the top 10 of the world, and which he did. But it was a 3-2-1 go, and sometimes you get in and sometimes you wouldn't. And you get into another race and there'd be, 8 people in the other race, so it depends on how many is on the stream, I suppose.
Yeah.
You'll get a full race, which is good.
Or
But
we
it
do
can be,
things like the Orbex Free Brisbane River Run, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
Seamus. Fantastic,
Yeah,
was
that-
he not?
That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. And I think that's also partly because we were able to choose who did it, who we were with.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Number one thing that anybody wants when they're doing that sort of thing is to
Yeah.
face their mates or somebody they know.
So Gary is just saying that he doesn't have it. He watched a video and it just made him dizzy.
right.
Well, actually, I have a crick in my neck, so I sort of lean to one side now.
Yeah.
Because pretty much you just go in the turn all the time. So,
What were you flying?
I was doing what was it? The T6 class.
Right.
So there's there's an unlimited class, T6. There's the biplanes, and then there's the jets.
Right.
So I've
think,
tried them all.
It's
T6.
difficult to get perspective in this sim, but I think you might have overshot the left turn there, Kieran.
Oh, I think I probably did. Yeah, I'm having the chance.
So we got Dougal in 6 knots on the right and Neil on the left. Are you guys following Neil, just taking a wider turn, or?
Oh, I'm following little nav map.
Likewise.
Oh, which I still don't have up. Okay.
I'm actually following the channel here, mainly because I've got a big block of fog ahead of me and I can't see the airport going that way. So
That sounds very close to being an excuse.
it works for me, Dougal.
I'm really enjoying this aircraft.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's lovely. It's stable. It's very nice to fly, actually. You can almost imagine sitting there all wrapped up, feeling cold with all the wind sort of just flying past you, you know? Oh, right. Fuel lights come on. Okay, what I've got? 4 gallons.
Plenty.
Fair enough.
If I run out, I'll throw some scotch in the tank.
Oh, I've only just discovered that little display panel can do a whole bunch more stuff. It's got,
Oh, it's got little buttons.
yeah, you can rotate the button and get some other information.
Oh,
Time, UTC, lap time,
it's got a lap time.
function. Yeah, wow. It's got a whole shed load of stuff there.
It's got temperature, pressure, fuel, Well, like the what is it, in the brightness of it.
Why can't I see fuel quantity? Where is it?
Because on the
No,
front
like
one with all the
second thing.
dials.
It's on it's on the left of the main screen, if you like, or on the right main screen. That's fuel left and right, gallons for mine. Just above the outside air temperature thing.
Yeah, the main screen.
Yeah.
Dougal, I've zoomed in on my screen.
Yeah.
Fuel, gallons,
Oh, right,
left and right.
right, I see. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm down to 3.5 each side.
That's plenty.
Yeah. Famous last words.
So you must have been motoring because you got 3.5. How much did you put in? Full tank?
No, 80%, I think.
Then I've used more fuel than you.
That's because you've been going faster.
And the drop-down menu, the simulator drop-down menu, still says I've got 50%. So it's clearly a
Oh,
bug in there.
mine says 22%. So how odd is that?
Yeah, really great route and great aircraft choice.
Thanks. I've enjoyed it.
You know, saying that, Dougal, after all the insults doesn't help, you know, mate. So,
Oh, Jim. He sees right through me.
oh yeah.
Oh, I'm showing a 13 knot tailwind.
Yes, that's why we're going in on runway 11.
Alright. Okay.
Circle to land.
So, Dougal, understand where you got the name Dougal. Where about the McTavish part?
Oh, long story.
Well, you can ping it to me, mate.
Yeah.
It's a good name, actually. When I was trying to find my streaming name, I was going to do Hamish Macbeth or something like that, you know, something really Scottish, but Seamus McNeil works, you know.
I think there is an airport down there somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a strip there.
Damned if I can see it.
It's to the right of me just now. I'm just going to the end of it. I think.
You.
I think. I'm saying that now, yeah. I'm saying that, but I think. There's a clearing anyway.
Oh, I see it. Wow. Wow. It's just... Okay. It's not an airport at all, is it? No. It's just a long dirt strip.
Yeah, okay, it's right in front of me.
Well, it's got tarmac on for me, but
Little nav map shows it as asphalt.
yeah, same here.
Isn't it?
I guess it's because it's covered in snow.
There's a little sort of village or something up here at this island.
Yeah, out on the peninsula there.
Yeah. Imagine living here, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, a place called Shearwater and Old Bella.
Oh, look at that.
You know, between this aircraft and this route, it really feels like you're on an adventure here.
Yeah.
Really enjoying this.
It's
Yeah,
always
which
an
one?
adventure. Life is an adventure. Especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I just flew over all the jetties there. I wish Microsoft could do something to pull those jetties in.
Yeah, to just take them out of the water.
Yeah, it would look cool.
I hate to use the word pet hate, but the thing that I miss is the lighthouses. The default lighthouses are basically missing in the sim, you know?
Yeah. I got that VFR add-on on
Yeah.
in that too. That's
Oh,
quite good.
I saw that. Is it worth a download?
It's worth in, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That was the
I can't
VFL
remember
1 and
like
2, isn't it?
yeah, it puts in all the chimneys and
Yeah, I've got that.
power stations and all that. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've got that, but like I said, I still hope somebody does something about lighthouses.
Yeah.
But you know what, I mean, look at FSX. There's still people running FSX, what's that, 12
know.
years later? So, you know, this can only get better and better.
I actually took screenshots of FSX before I finished with it. And every so often I just look at them and go, okay.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, it served a purpose, but my god, how did I do that?
I
And
know,
yet it was such a massive leap forward from
Yeah.
FS9.
Huge.
Yeah, I jumped into Prepared 3D just because they made it 64-bit. So for me,
Yeah.
that was what I was using before MSFS, and I still have X-Plane, as you know, Dougal, but you know, we're all limited funds. I can't afford to keep all the Sims running and updated, so I think this is going to be it for probably... I said it before, I deinstalled X-Plane, but I can see me not buying any more DLC for it now.
Gears down for runway landing. I think you're heading to the wrong airport. Gears
Dougal.
down for runway landing.
I'm actually on the way back. I just did a very, very long downwind.
Runway landing.
Oh, and
Because you guys are all behind me, I just kept going.
guess who's following Dougal again?
Yeah, I'm now inbound to runway 11 at Bella Bella.
I like the snow powder coming up from my wheels.
Yeah, the effects are amazing, aren't they?
Wheels, thank you, wheels down, thank you.
That's those roundy round things, you know?
Oh, instead of the longy long things.
That's
Yeah.
They're the ones, yeah.
I wish these planes would turn.
It turns, but you have to be going really slowly.
Yeah.
Not really a statement you want to hear from your pilot, is it?
No, not really.
Now, actually, halfway down the runway, there was actually a parking area I spotted.
That's
Can't remember which side of the runway it was there.
My goodness me, Dougal, you certainly went around the houses here.
I did, yes.
There's Gary coming down. Nice landing.
Oh man, that scenery, I'm just looking up at the stream. That looks
Epic,
incredible.
isn't
Yeah.
Anybody else getting really bumped around on approach?
Yes, me.
Yeah.
I was getting bumped around when we were passing through the mountains there, you know.
Ah, we have some men waiting for us.
Is there enough men?
There's two.
Okay, that's me and you covered.
I'll go inside and see if I can follow his directions. Oh yes, look, he's seen me.
Quite a headwind for this little aeroplane.
Well, he's only got one baton.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody mugged him.
It's funny, when I was out shopping, the snowplows were driving past, so it looks like we're in for a bit of a bad weather here.
Yeah.
Now, I would go to my... Right, let's see if I can actually get enough power out of this to actually get onto the runway and watch people coming in.
I think there's only 3 of us left in the air.
Okay.
You're too late for me.
You're coming in from the opposite end. Oh no, you're not.
No, I'm in front of you.
Yeah.
So I'm positioned about halfway down because that's about as much power as I got. Oh, wrong way.
There we go.
I'll That's one down.
I've got brakes as well.
I've got to charge my Xbox controller. Got to find my other USB lead somewhere. Who's next? Looks like it's Dougal next.
Yep.
Hold the centre line.
I even see the runway, never mind the centre line.
You're doing fine, mate.
And last but not least, Seamus. Nicely done.
Wow, this thing lands slowly.
Fun little airplane, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a kite, you know?
I take it there's a. I didn't look. I take it there's a wheeled version.
Yes, there is the wheeled version.
I'm gonna have to have a go with that.
But that's a tail dragger.
Yeah.
That's all right.
We'll just
Well,
get
there may not have
everybody
been
in.
many of us this week, but it's been a really fun flight.
Yeah, I
This
can
is so-
only echo what Dougal said earlier. Great choice of area and of plane. Thank you very much indeed, Peely.
You're welcome. As always, thank you very much for everybody that joined the stream and flew along with us. I hope you found that a pleasant flight. And
Very, mate.
thanks very much for all the people that joined in chat. I'm not sure how many people are left in chat at the moment. Let's have a look. Oh, there's still a lot of people in there. So thank you for joining the stream. And this was Tuesday. We stream again next on Thursday. I think it's 7:30. I think this Thursday schedule. I forget now.
Okay.
Probably something like that, but I'll announce it in my Discord. It'll be 7 or 7:30, and more of the same. Well, somewhere different. I'll think of somewhere, and just keep an eye on that. And I'll announce the aeroplane route and where we're going. I usually do it sort of Thursday morning. I'll get a slot in work where I can get those things done. So, voice chatters, would you like to say goodbye to people?
Yeah, just thanks again. Don't know if anybody else wants to, but I'm probably going to jump over to Colonel Falk, although he's probably nearly finished as well.
Oh yes, we could do a raid, couldn't we?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Good. Now, I'm going to go off, guys. Thank you very much indeed again, and I'll see you on Thursday.
Okay.
Some of you I'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, all right. Catch you later, Bill.
Cheers,
Bye,
then.
Bill.
Ta-ra, guys.
All
I'd
right.
just like to say thanks for welcoming me in, guys. Thanks
You're
for
welcome.
Nice to see you here, Kieran.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think you've all helped me at some stage on Discord, so it's nice to actually talk to you.
Great. All right. I'm going to go and raid whoever's around. Who's around? Colonel Falk is still flying, so we'll go and pick him. And see you next time.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
Yep, bye-bye. Bye-bye.